Hey, Acers. Welcome to FanX 2022. This is the final day. I don't know if anybody's even going to pick up this chat, but I'm hoping to be seeing people coming over to my table here pretty soon to start running Savage Worlds and doing lots of fun gaming. I see a couple people I might go try and recruit. But I wanted to just check in with you, let you know that I haven't forgotten you, and I got a lot of fun gaming to report on when I get home this weekend, probably tomorrow. But I wanted to just really only pop in for just a few moments and um, and let you know that I was here. So let me go see if these guys want to play Chickens in the Mist. If they do, then I'm gonna kind of angle my screen up and try and get on the microphone a little better. Oh, I forgot to put on my pop filter thing. There. Now I look like an official podcaster or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to step away for just 2 seconds and go see if these guys want to join me for Chickens in the Mist. And if they do, great. If not, I will come back and actually give you some updates as to how things have been going so far. I was supposed to have an 11 o'clock game, I thought, but even my people who said they were going to come aren't able to make it. So I will, wish there was a way to pause a live stream, but I will be right back.
So you're creating electric shield, so your building has power. Something very fast, just in a beeline right to mine. And roll again. No, sorry. You got the computer on. That means you see that an alarm. Alert. So now, as you read scans and sensors. Now you know you see. Wait. They should my video. And so we're coming with the screen. This is old Army software that uses.
Okay, I got it. See if I can move my mic up here without touching my keyboard. That's pretty cool. I did it. So I am just live streaming to 12 people, or I have a 12-person YouTube channel. So, but I help teens get off their cell phones by using tabletop gaming, and that's my company. I help the teens to set up their own role-playing game clubs. So that's one of the many things that I do. So we're gonna take one character from any of the 5 piles. And we'll actually probably whatever 2 character types aren't selected, we'll go ahead and still pull one of them in, so that way you have a full 5-man band that can try and handle the scenario. Because that's one of the features about Savage Worlds is that allied NPCs are some of the easiest ones to take care of. Now, do you have dice?
I do.
Okay. You'll need to have a second die that is different than your D6. So you need a second D6 that's different than your main D6.
You said not the 20?
Not the 20. Yep. And then he's out. And we have at the table somebody who's actually played or actually owns Savage Worlds. So it's good that at least people know about it.
I backed that Kickstarter.
You backed the Deadlands?
Yeah.
Oh, it has the sharpest D4 I've ever felt in my life. Like, you got to check this thing out, man.
It is brutal.
It is like a true caltrop. Drop that in your carpet, and you're not going to be happy. So what are your names here?
I'm Jack.
Jack?
Cody.
Cody, nice to meet you. Thomas, nice to meet you all. I'm Mason, and I'm kind of, well, okay, yes, I've done a little side work for Pinnacle before, and it was Savage Worlds that got me back into gaming after a long hiatus. So
I've been wanting to run Deadlands.
I ran Deadlands yesterday.
Yeah.
I ran Daddy's Boy, the one sheet.
I would have come up and
Played the crap out of that, huh? Well, there will be plenty of Deadlands offered at the end of October when Pinnacle does Halloween 3. Because one of the Pinnacle settings, I don't know if you're familiar with many of them, but there's one called the Hauler, which is the Hauler is Appalachian horror.
Okay.
And so when they announced that Pinnacle had acquired the property, because it was being written independent first, then Pinnacle acquired the property and hired the writer to be part of their group. But when they announced it, they announced Halloween. And so they then, even in 2020, with all of us, still recovering, at the end of October, we did Halloween 2. This year, Halloween 3. So yeah, it's kind of been. This will be the third one, and I'm excited to see where this goes. But yeah, I've got the regular book, and I even got the nifty GM screen with the inserts and everything. Nice. And I don't really actually end up opening it all that often because my GM screen now is Foundry. I load my Foundry instance, which I better do real quick. So we're going to have a brain. They're basically the same character, just male or female. So there's a brain, a journalist. Journalist is essentially the leader of the group. We got a heart, who's kind of the person who can soothe everybody down. They're the emotionally wise one.
Right.
Got the fighter, and got a driver or the muscle. I totally leaned into the 5-man band trope. So you can take all guys. You can take guys and girls mix. I don't care. Just go ahead and grab yourself a character. Backgrounds are on the back of the sheet. Yeah. Last night I ran Moon at the Edge of Oblivion.
I'm not familiar with a lot of things.
That one is a sci-fi. And it's pretty fun. While you're getting that out, I'm going to get out my action deck and my Game Master bennies. And I'm going to get out the adventure deck too. So you guys will have a little bit of narrative control here. That's another thing I like about Savage Worlds. Okay, so let me explain. You've been exposed a little bit to it, but and I have to give my nod to Hero Forge for helping me to have a place where I can create the character portraits really quick. Because it still took me about 4 hours to create all the characters because I kept getting interrupted every time I'd go home to try and do it at night. So finished them last night at like 1. I was like, come on, guys, shut up, let me work. So yeah, we're gonna. Okay, if I accidentally haven't taken them all out, if you get something that has the Deadlands symbol at the bottom of it, that is not for this game. We are playing in the Pine Box, East Texas, so it's the Southeast Texas area. Pine Box is near the thicket. The big thicket is a huge wild area of the United States. It's got rainforest and jungle and all of that, all in one biome, all those biomes in one place. And it was a place where moonshiners and American Indians used to hide from federal authorities during their times. It's a place where you have pine trees and trees that have vines growing all over them, and thorny bushes, and so it kind of can be hard to go through unless you're hacking through it with chainsaws and stuff. So, okay, once you've got your main characters picked out, go ahead and you can pick male or female for the other two characters that will complete your party, and you guys will share them among you, and you'll all get it. I'll get to this part in a second, but I'm going to give you all an extra Benny for the fact that you're running a couple allied NPCs. So, let me explain the mechanics of the system. Savage Worlds works off of the idea that, as you can see on the character sheet here, your die type determines what you're rolling, and your target number typically is a 4. So when you roll a die, you want to roll a 4, unless there are other modifiers on it, or unless you're going up against a parry. But we'll look at that when we get there. So with 4 being the target number, a D6 obviously is a 50-50 chance of getting a 4 or better, or a 3 or less. So it's a pretty balanced number. It's a pretty balanced card or die. But what you want to do is what you do is, when you are a hero of this show, let's say, you're the star of this movie. So not only do you get to roll your die type on trait rolls, which are attributes and skills, but you also get to roll a wild die, a die that looks different than your other stuff, and it gives you another 1 in 6 chance of getting, or 3 in 6 chance of getting that 4 or better. If you pick whichever one's the best on the trait roll, and then if you're rolling to fight or to shoot or something like that, and you're in combat, then you will add your dice together when you roll your damage dice. So let's take an example, and this is fitting because we're playing in a modern setting. Let's take shooting. Now, if you've never shot before, hey, if you want to come join us, we got space. Okay. But with shooting, any idiot can pick up a gun, point it, and click it, and boom. So to represent that you're unskilled at it, you've never picked up a gun before in your life, you roll a D4 and your wild die, and you subtract 2 from the total. However, this one here rolled a 6, which is the highest number the die is capable of. That is an ace. So I pick that up, I roll this again, and I add that 3 to that 6 now, so I have a 9. Then, because I'm unskilled at shooting, I subtract 2, and I get a 7 as my total. So if you get a 4, 5, 6, 7, then that is a success. If you get an 8, though, which is that the next 4 above 4, that is a raise. And that means something special and better happens. It's kind of like a critical success, but it's open-ended. So you can get raise after raise after raise after raise after raise. It's open-ended. You can keep going. Then, if say I've been to the range, I've shot a gun a few times, I'm over being scared of the boom, I know a little bit what I'm doing. Then I just roll a D4 and a D6, and I take the result. I don't subtract anything. In this case, I missed. Well, let's say I have a gun for home defense. I know what I'm doing a little bit. I got a D6. Again, miss. Say I'm a police officer. Oh, there's an explosion. There's an ace or explosion on the 8. And again. Okay, so in that scenario, I just did an 18. When I say I'm shooting a handgun, which has 2d6 damage, because I got a raise, I get to add in an extra d6 and add the results of all this together. And these dice can also ace. So, yes, you can do all the damage in the world. Okay, say I'm a soldier. I've shot thousands of rounds. Probably more like a D10. Now, quick side note, D6, D8, when you're at a D8 level of skill and the D6, the frequency of acing is the highest. Either the D8 or the D6, one or the other will ace at any given time. However, more frequently. However, a reason to go to a D10 over the D8 is because you can roll an 8 flat out on the die. So you hit with a raise just by landing.
If you roll a 9 or a 10, it doesn't raise.
Oh, and it's also a raise. So 9 or 10, but 8 is the threshold for success. So you're a sniper, D12, and again, 8 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you got to.
So a 6 on a D6 will ace, but a 6 on a D8 won't.
Correct, because an 8 on a D8 would raise. So the highest number that die type's capable of, that's an ace.
And then an 8 and higher is a raise.
Yes.
Oh, I got it right. Ace and raise.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, everybody had a chance to look at the back of their character sheets and kind of figure out a little bit about your character. And some of the descriptions, again, written at midnight, so. And let me also deal out these adventure cards. Now, the adventure deck, like I said, it gives you a little bit of narrative control. Well, actually, there's a couple things that give narrative control. Let me get the second part that gives narrative control. Because that's something that I love about Savage Worlds is the amount of narrative control that you get as a player. And that is, all of you get bennies. You start with 3. You can earn more through role-playing your character, through playing to your hindrances, things like that. Because, I mean, okay, here's how to explain a hindrance. It's something that actually makes the game more fun. Because, think of it, Star Wars wouldn't have been as much fun if Han Solo hadn't been arrogant and overconfident. So, you get 3 bennies to add to that. And what bennies do is, say you botch a roll. You haven't completely botched it, so you didn't get double 1s. You didn't get a 1 on the wild die and a 1 on your trait die. That happens, it's critical fail, and you get to tell me what happened. But if you got anything higher, but not quite up to a success, because I mean, other things might bring on other failures, like or higher difficulties. That's okay. What you do though is, if you fail a roll or want to try and get better on the roll, like say you want your damage to actually do more, you spend a benny, and you can re-roll the trait roll or the damage roll. You also can spend a benny to minorly influence the story. Now, if I actually paid attention to the gear, which I usually blow gear off because your character knows what they're doing. They would have the stuff they need to do whatever they're doing. So for me, gear is kind of an annoyance. Money's an annoyance. So I tend to ignore those and not do those at all. So anyway, but say you're going to try and sneak past a security guard or something, and you want to try and make it so maybe that security guard had a sister that you were talking to last night and she's doing something wrong, and you're going to try and hold that over his head so he'll just look the other way. You can spend a benny to minorly influence the story if it's not going to really change too much. I mean, my classic example is fantasy campaign. You're going to that cliff where the cave with the treasure and the monsters is, but it's 40 feet down. Nobody brought rope on the character sheet. Yes, I did. Okay, yes, you did. Cool. So you can. That's minor story influence. Also, if you take a wound, the wounds here are on the sheet here. And I will actually hand everybody pencils so you can even mark down your wounds. Actually, no, I'm going to use... Wait, no, that's in the other box. So, yes, I will hand pencils. And but if you take a wound and do not soak it, you are going to be permanently at a -1 on all your rolls moving forward. If you soak it, though, if you want to soak it at the time you take the wound, you spend a benny and you make a vigor roll, and your vigor the result of that will determine how much of it you soak. So I am going to play this with a wound cap in place, so you may not take more than 4 wounds in a round. So here's 3 for you, 3 for you, and 3 for you. Everybody gets a penny. So go ahead and choose your heart and your journalist. So you guys can do that as a team.
Are their stats different? They are. They do. They're very. No, this guy looks like he has a higher smart.
And that card goes to either one of the hearts.
And this one is agility. I've already got 8 agilities. Oh, you're right. Grenades seems like
They're kind of 6s. Like I kind of tried to make them essentially the same character. I have worked so long to try and figure out how to do that, and I still am unable to get it right. It took lots of drop pencils to get there, though.
Oh, for sure.
See, here's the great thing about Savage Worlds. There are no dump stats. Because, in Dungeons and Dragons, if you have Fighting McFighterson from Fighter Town, Charisma's going to take a dump.
Right.
Because who needs it? Rawr. But in Savage Worlds, if you have a D4 in Spirit, which none of these guys do, if you have a D4 in Spirit, though, you're going to get shaken, and you're not going to be able to recover. So to explain shaken real quick, and I'll explain it again when we get there. If your toughness is equaled or up to 3 over your toughness, because that's the way Savage Worlds works. So if your toughness is equaled or up to 3 over your toughness, you achieve a status called shaken, which shaken is that moment in Jaws where the shark jumps past the boat and he goes back into the cabin going, "We're going to need a bigger boat." He's not hurt, but he's shaken. He all he can do is move and talk. He can't do anything else. Or it's that moment in the war where the bullet whizzes right past your ear and you're like, "That almost had my name on it." That one was just marked "to whom it may concern," I guess. So, yeah, go ahead and pick your journalist and heart, and we'll set off on the adventure. But she has other edges that he doesn't have, so. He's a pretty boy, but he's actually a good friend, and even as he'd be your chum. He'd be like the cool guy that has a car and can, and even just he usually pays for dinner. Like he pays for the pizza. Because
I'm not paying.
Exactly.
What's her edges?
She's that hot girl that all the guys want to date, but you guys have gotten past the fact that she's just a hot girl, and you're actually like, she's actually pretty cool. She totally can chill with us. She's smart. She's not a bimbo. She's her everybody thinks she's a dilettante, but she's actually just this really amazing girl that is somebody that just hangs with your group. She's one of the guys.
He has a +2 research in certain types of bonus rolls and a +2 to common knowledge and criminal network. Persuasion would probably be 50.
Now, again, the scenario is that you're going into your journalist friend, whichever one you pick. They're bucking for a scholarship in journalism, and they're going to break open a cockfighting ring that's at a chicken ranch. So persuasion might be useful, or research might be useful. You have heard that the twin brother does work for a genetics company. So
do you want to grab research and one of these guys with persuasion? Does she have good persuasion stuff? She is good.
Okay. And hand me back all the rest, except you'll need the other car, maybe. I forgot to give that driver his muscle car that I typically give him when I build him. But that is okay. Now, for the last little piece before we start, we are going to start with an adventure card. Oh, that's one that you won't get. So you each get an adventure card. And you can use that at any point. You can trade it around if that has anything to do with PowerPoints, actually.
Just cover 2 wounds, erase fatigue, unshaken.
Okay, that's good. Oh, that's cool. That gives you a +2 on all of your actions, and also all of your damage.
I have a way to improve the initial attitude of an individual group by 1 level.
Here, take this one instead.
Play at the beginning of a combat round with no jokers, no character with soak wounds until a joker.
That means that I can't play soaks on my characters either. So yeah, it's kind of a risky venture, but I played that a couple Sundays ago to great effect in Titan Effect game I was playing. Titan Effect is cool because it's psionic. It's psionic special operatives. So, Navy SEALs with psionics. So, okay. So it is a drizzly, wet, humid, late summer day in mid-September, and school's getting started. Your journalist, and I haven't named any of the characters, so you guys are welcome to name them. I have a naming tool that I can pull up if you want some suggestions, but let's go ahead and name them actually as we're getting started here. Go ahead and just write it on the sheet. You can keep the sheet. These two, we can throw a name down for them or whatever. Okay. So cool. So, and it's, you guys are glad to be back at school because it's your senior year. You're like, I'm done with this. This is going to be great to be done. And we'll just call him Darren. And there's actually a TV reference for that because Darren McGavin played the Night Stalker, which was it's a hard thing to find on any streaming service. But it's
the Jake Gyllenhaal thing?
Sorry?
Is it the Jake Gyllenhaal thing?
No. Kolchak the Night Stalker was the name of the series, and Darren McGavin. If you guys have seen Christmas Story, he's the dad in Christmas Story. So it's pretty weird to see him doing this. Basically, he's a newspaper reporter who goes out and investigates vampires and werewolf sightings and things in Chicago. And so, yeah. Anyway, so Darren, he pulls you guys aside not too many weeks into school, and is like, look, I've been doing some research over the summer, and I've found out where a lot of the who's who of Pine Box go. I found out where they go every week. They go out in the thicket, and they are going out there, and they are going to a cockfighting event. And it's Artie O'Connor. Artie O'Connor's got that. You know that good for nothing that your moms and papas always talk about? That good for nothing and his good for nothing brother. They're out there, and they got a cockfighting ring going on. And this is big. This is big. I'm telling you, if I can nail this story, I can get a scholarship, maybe to ETU, maybe even better, like Texas A&M. I don't know where exactly I'm going to be going, but I'm going to be going to college with a scholarship. My mom and daddy can't pay for none of that. So I'm going to need I need you guys' help to get this. Can you come with me? Besides, he looks over at Deborah here. Actually, no, that's another D name. There's a lot of D names popping up here. Let's name her Let's name her Sally. Action. Do you guys want to play a role-playing game? We're just getting started. Oh, okay. Certainly.
What was the name?
I'll be running another Savage Worlds game this evening, and so it's a non-D&D set, and it's called Harvey's Heroes. It's Tom and Jerry Saturday morning cartoon, just as zany as it sounds. So.
What was the name of the guy whose brother were running the
contract? Artie O'Connor. Let's see if I can move this a little over here so I can access my stuff here. Okay, so Artie O'Connor, and you guys have heard of the O'Connor twins, because this being Pine Box, there's sometimes just a bit that nobody else has much better to do. And so the gossip's around that Artie O'Connor he tricked his way into that farm. He there's something shady about the way he got that farm, because it did belong to his late wife's parents originally. And when they died under non-prosecutable but maybe mysterious circumstances, he inherited the farm, or along with his wife, and she died in a freak firework accident a year later. So now Charlie lives out there alone, or Artie lives out there alone on the farm with his brother Charlie. And Charlie, on the other hand, he should have been a rising star of Pine Box, but the problem was that as a good for nothing lazy, he didn't do much with those incredible smarts that he had. And he went off to college. He got some sort of a science degree, and then went to work for a genetics lab a few cities away, and that's about the last you heard of him. So, but he does show up from time to time to see his brother. So that's, and you're pretty sure that he did move out on the farm with his brother. But that's all you would know as teenagers. As children, you really don't know much about these guys other than your parents told you, you stay away from them good for nothings. I'm serious now. But Darren is like, he's like, no, we got to do this. We got to do this. This will be fun. So you guys jump in the cars and you head out. It's a drizzling, thundering rainstorm, and as you're heading out, you're headed out down the gravel back roads there, and driving along. And as you're driving along, actually, there's some places where you could hit washout if you weren't careful. But you're able to go along, and as you go along this gravel dirt road out here in the thicket, you'll see breaks in the thicket from time to time. And in those breaks, you see houses set back in there, and you see trucks and tractors. But as you're getting closer to the O'Connors, you start to see a Mercedes, and you have to stop and pull over because this lane's still tight enough that really only one car can go down it at a time. So you stop and pull over, they go past, and then you keep going. And sometimes you start seeing some really nice cars out here. Now, her car's nice, Sally's car's nice because it's a, she's got, her parents have a little bit of money, they gave her a nice car. His car is okay.
I built this on a Civic from the ground up.
Pretty much rebuilt it. So, yeah. While you guys are driving, we're going to do a subsystem Savage Worlds called Interludes. So, if you want to look up Interludes, they are Okay. They're about page 132. Okay, so interludes are a way for your. Okay, let me give you an example of a great point for an interlude. Is when you're in the middle of a battle, like for something at Helm's, like a battle at Helm's Deep, when you have Legolas and Gimli bantering with each other back and forth, and then you zoom back out to the bigger battle and you're watching guys on both sides die and all that kind of stuff. Then you zoom back in, and or it's that point where you're a couple of Navy SEALs or a couple of special ops, and you're like, you remember Budapest a lot different than I remember it. That kind of thing. That's what an interlude is. It's where your character is telling the other characters about something or reminding them about something. And so, dang, somebody's got a space ball. That is awesome. So I'm going to deal you each a card, and by the suit is what determines what the interlude is going to be. So you got a diamond, you got a spade, and you got a heart. So if you turn back the page, right? Actually, a couple pages back. There you go. There's interludes. And so here, according to your suit, these are the options of these stories that you can tell as you guys are driving along in the cars. And you probably got your at least a cell phone connection going between the two vehicles, but you are noticing they're starting to get spotty because you are kind of definitely out of town. But you guys have been talking to each other back and forth between the two cars, and we'll go ahead and start with you. What are you going to tell them a story about? You can tell them with the diamonds about something that you do in your downtime. Okay, so the three options are downtime, backstory, or trek. So you guys have been friends for a while, so you're going to be pretty familiar with this. Actually, let me go see if Dax wants to join us, because Dax loved it yesterday. So give me 2 seconds. But what you can start thinking of while I do this is you can choose to talk about what you study or work on of an object of some sort, or you can talk about something that your hero wants or already has. It might be material possession, recognition, political goal, trip you want to take, something like that. Something that your character is going to be kind of a reward. Okay, Dax is leaving, so I won't catch him anyway. So he's probably got another panel anyway. But so that is what you can do there, or you can also do for your trek story. You can tell how the group found something that helped you along the ways one time when you were traveling somewhere. For spades, you are going to be looking at something that what do you do when your character's alone in quiet contemplation? Or you can talk backstory wise, you can talk about a great victory or personal triumph. Or for a trek, you can talk about a difficult obstacle that the group negotiated along the way. And then you got the book right there, so you can see what your heart suit does. So go ahead and just think about it for a second. And as a reward for telling that story, you also get an extra Benny. So anybody want to start? I'm just got to begin there. We got 2 more seats if you guys want to jump in. I have pre-made characters and yeah, this is not Dungeons and Dragons. This is a little bit different system. It's easier to learn and it's a lot of fun too. You can do it if you like. You don't have to, but I got 2 more seats here at the table, and you guys can hold on to those and play those in a later game. Okay. Don't matter to me. Get up my 3 bennies. Oh, I got them already. Good. Okay. Open up those. Hey, Dax.
There's this new laptop that's going to come out in a couple of months. I've been really working hard on my job so I can save up and get it once it comes out. So it'll have a whole bunch of this new software that I'll be running so that I can program this indie game I've been thinking about making.
And you're talking, it also has the right NVIDIA card on it. It's so he gets into it. Yeah. Good job. That was a great start. The laptop is a great start.
Yeah, I'm driving, so it's hard to have any downtime.
In quiet contemplation, my character probably just admiring how just awesome he looks today in his fit, in his muscle shirt.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna pick up some ladies.
Okay. And go ahead and just throw your cards back in when you're done.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Get the ladies.
It's my guy's driving.
Maybe finally get up the courage to ask Sally out.
Exactly.
It's my guy's driving. He's thinking about his love. Not really a girl. Just thinking about that brand new radio he's going to put in when he gets back to his house. This car's been his baby for the past 4 years, and excited to get that new sound system in.
All right. Have a Benny. Okay. So, like I said, as you're getting closer out here, you guys are starting to see some really expensive cars and a couple trucks, but mostly cars. And all of you roll notice rolls. And anybody can roll notice rolls for Sally or Darren.
And then we roll the D6 with it.
Yes, you roll the D6 with it. One or the other has to be a 4 or better. Okay, that's fine. Now, if you didn't succeed, which you can have them roll too. Okay, she succeeds. I thought I raised some of those. Okay, that 4. Roll that D4 again.
2.
Okay, so 6. So actually, it's fitting that the journalist and your subtly intelligent dilettante friend, they start looking at some of the cars as you're pulling over and letting them pass at the little pull-out spaces. And Darren goes, "Did you see that? That was Councilman Waller's."
This is going to be a really, really good conference. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
You know what elephants are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's chicken.
I just figured it out.
Well, okay. And yes,
chicken
bad chicken jokes are absolutely part of the setting. So, and so you're starting, like I said, you're starting to see more and more of these guys as they're going past you, and they're sometimes as the rain's kind of overcast and darkened it up a little bit, and you're able to you're getting like headlights flashed at you to get out of the way because they seem to be not speeding on this kind of right on the edge of being muddy dirt road, but they're scooting along. And as you get up to the once white, now heavily rust showing gate of the O'Connor farm, as you get up there, you see that the gate is wide open. That's the first thing you notice. You see the mailbox that says O'Connor Farm, and you see a gravel dirt road off to your right. Now, another thing that these two notice, and they pass along to the both of you, or to all of you, is that people out here have tractors and trucks. What do they have in, what are rich people doing out here with their Mercedes and Beamers and Lexuses? You know what the difference is between a BMW and a porcupine? With a porcupine, the pricks are on the outside. So anyway, so you are you gonna just turn right in and go in, or you want to go past and park at a turnout somewhere?
How much of a downpour is it right now?
It's pretty good downpour.
Probably want to stay in the car and not walk back to the farm.
It's one of those. It's one of those right near the Gulf of Mexico kind of downpours. It gets thunderstorms too, and you've had some thunderstorms. You've had some severe thunder as well as you've been coming out here, and to the point that when you pull off that road and you pull into that park, there's a parking lot there, a gravel parking lot. When you pull into that parking lot, it is you watch as your two connected cell phones that you've been chatting on just kind of go and kind of fizz out. There's no more signal, and you're now sitting in this parking lot. I mean, it was already starting to flicker and flash on the way in. Now you're in this parking lot at the O'Connor farm, and you have no signal. So you're sitting in this parking lot, and in front of you you see, well, off to the right you see more. You see the main parking area, and there's this loop that goes around to like be able to just drive straight and turn around.
Like a big roundabout?
Yeah, kind of a big roundabout, but there's no house attached to it. There's no house that you can see here right now. You do, however. Okay, a second. So you do notice off to your right, as you're pulling in, there's that parking area, and there's also two chicken houses, two pretty big chicken houses. And there's also off to your left a feed shed, and then kind of straight ahead of you is the well house. And off to your left as you're pulling in, you see the rear tail lights of a brand new Ford F-150 Raptor, and they're on. And this is what you see. Oh, also parked in the gravel parking lot to your right is a 2022 Porsche 911 GT.
Does that have lights on?
Sorry?
Does that have lights on?
No.
Do we recognize the F-150 as anyone from school?
No. It is no one from school. It's no one you've really seen around town. Maybe you see it sometimes, but it's a nice truck. But it's also splattered on the underside with mud.
I mean, as it's.
So.
Are those the only other two cars in the parking lot?
Yes. They're the only two that you see. And if you will all make notice rolls.
That's cool.
4, 6. If you've got the 6, re-roll it. You got a 10. You got a. Oh no, you don't add them together. You just go for the higher one of the two, and you do a trade roll. So 4. So it's still a success. You guys all notice that at the doors to these chicken houses. Well, for one thing, you notice that the fencing in front of the chicken houses is actually broken down, and the doors are missing on all the chicken houses. And in the gusting from the winds and everything, you see like a few feathers flying across in front of your windshields.
Stolen.
Or stolen.
How close are the coops?
How close are they to each other or to you?
Yes.
To you, if you go park in the parking lot, you're going to get a little wet, but you can walk over and take a look.
I'd like to go take a look.
Okay. So
Throw on the poncho. That's in
you
my
park
backseat.
your cars, you throw on your poncho, and you park your cars, throw on your ponchos, and you go walking out. And as you get closer, not only do you see feathers everywhere, but you also see feet and pieces of bone and
Chicken feet or human?
chicken feet.
Okay.
Chicken feet, yes.
Human
Chicken feet
would be a lot worse.
and pieces of bone and things like that. And do you want to investigate further? What do you want to do here?
Do the feet still have the claws on them?
Yeah, it's like it was a chicken foot was chopped off right about here, so it's that scaly chicken foot with the claws still on it and everything. And it's ripped. It's like somebody took a chicken leg and ripped it right in half, and it was not pretty the way it happened. It was violent.
Did we hear any noise coming from the chicken coops?
No, you hear no noise.
Puff up my chest, subtly flex, and just walk straight into the chicken coop to investigate.
Okay. Make a notice roll as you walk in.
That's great.
Okay.
That's a 2.
And go ahead and have your journalist make a notice roll too.
That's a 4.
I'm going to actually make a GM fiat, give him a D6 and notice from here on out. He's a journalist. You should be able to notice things. So I'll have to. Oh no, it's fine. We'll go ahead. You get to re-roll the 4. 6 anyway. So okay, we'll count it good. But he does, as you walk past, you strut past into the chicken coop, and you're looking around, and it's a slaughterhouse. There is chicken blood everywhere, feathers, broken eggs, and chicken poo everywhere too, because something scared these things before they died. And as you're looking around, you hear the journalist from outside go, "Guys, look at the hinges. These doors were slammed in. They something broke them from the outside and just broke them. Look, you just walked over the door. Look." And there and he says, there's claw marks where these doors were ripped off their hinges. And he looks down, and in the blood, dust, muck, and all that garbage on the ground, he points you to the ground, and you see something that shouldn't be possible. It is a chicken footprint about this big.
Who's in the chicken soup? Wasn't one of the brothers supposed to be or rumored to be some geneticist?
Roll your common knowledge to see if you remember that.
Okay.
Okay, nope, you don't. That's okay. But good player knowledge.
Also, not David's gonna go. This is too freaky. I'm just gonna go sit in the car and wait for you guys. It's too freaky for me.
Okay, so what do you want to do now?
Do the tracks lead anywhere?
Sorry?
Do the tracks lead anywhere?
There's just one. That's all you really see is just that one footprint.
How close by is the other coop?
The other coop is, you walk out, you will just walk around through the crunched fence, and it's there too. And it looks very much the same as the first one you've been in. The big ventilation fans at the end have been something shut them off, and so it's quiet. The only sound you hear is the rain falling down around you, and the occasional peal of thunder.
The F-150 had lights on, right?
Yes, the F-150 has its lights on.
Is its engine running?
You don't know. You weren't close enough to tell.
Door open. I'm gonna go check out the F-150.
Okay. So you guys head over towards the F-150, and on your way there, you notice the feed shed off to the side as you're getting closer to the truck, it's the roof has been peeled back. The tin roof has been peeled back, and there's fabric everywhere that is from chickens. Not chickens, but from chicken feed.
It's just eating a
So-
Jack Con joke.
Not starting yet, but they come. They do come. So so as you're getting up there, actually you can all make a notice roll at a -4. Everybody can make a notice roll at a -4. Go ahead and shade in his D6 on there to remind you that he's got a D6 actually.
So 6, I get a reroll, right?
Yes. Okay.
17 -4 is 13.
There is some torn jean material there, and you find a wallet as you're getting up on the truck. You find, because as you get up on the truck, you guys all notice that the driver's side window is smashed in, and there's pieces of glass and everything on the inside. Yes, the truck is running actually. The keychain that's in there has a little pewter not pewter, platinum set of chickens kind of in relief fighting each other, and a house key and a truck key, and they're hanging from the ignition that's on. The windows smashed in. There's pink water in the floorboards, and you find a wallet sitting next to the truck on the ground, and it belongs to one Artie O'Connor.
That's the brother?
He's the one who owns the farm. And he's the one that your journalist friend, when you show him his driver's license, he's like, I told you, this guy's doing something wrong here. And I don't know, maybe one of those guys we saw leaving lost a bunch of money and killed him or something. I don't know.
They weren't driving past us super fast, right? They were just kind of like the regular.
They kind of seemed to be, like maybe 5 or 10 over the speed limit to try and little rushed. But the truck's nice, though. Everything else on the inside of the truck is nice. And the headlights are pointed down the first channel of a mud dirt road. That is, and you can see in the ruts where the water's pooling. And I mean, even to get up to the truck, you're starting to walk through a little bit of squelchy mud. You'd think Sally would complain about it, but she's like, let's do this.
I'm gonna snag those car keys.
Well, no. Let's drive the truck. It's built for mud. I got a dinky little.
It's a 4-door.
Can you drive? I have a license.
I have.
He's 19. He was held back.
Oh, I don't want you to drive.
I need to bring that up.
You guys all know it. You guys don't care. You've all been a friend group for a while now. But he is
just to hang out with us still.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
If you're 16 or over in most Savage World settings that are modern, if you're 16 or over, you actually know how to drive. It's driving under stress that requires the skill. And he is your motorhead.
This is a nice car. All right.
We're not going to be
Ladies
able to
love
keep
the
it.
cars, man.
Well, then let's check out this Porsche. Can I bring the F-150 around to have the headlights on the Porsche?
Okay, you bring it around and get close to the Porsche. And the Porsche it's off. It's just sitting there. It's locked.
I want to change the lock. I just don't think I have the tools in my car.
Well, actually,
do I? I mean, I
for
could.
a Benny, you do.
I'd like, that tool the cops just slide down the window.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to have one
Slim
of
Jim.
these. I'd like a Slim Jim, not the edible kind.
Snapping into a Slim Jim in a whole different way.
Very true.
I've never picked a lock before in my life.
I think the dad's a cop. I think I got something I stole from this car. So in my trunk, I grabbed the Slim Jim. Try to drop
Okay.
it off the Porsche.
Now, this is a brand new Porsche. Countermeasures are pretty good, but still, okay, do you have repair? It'll be over here in your skills. Kind of gave him repair. I know I gave him a pretty high driving though. So no, he does not have repair. So that'll be a D4 -2.
I do not pop it.
Okay. What you see though through the windows that are pretty tinted, but you look through the windshield and you do see in there that there is you see you do see a lab coat sitting in the back seat or in the back space. There's not a back seat really. You know, so
Can we have someone else who's a bit stronger try to jimmy the lock?
you can try one more time. Yeah.
Truck keys have a house key on them, right? Yeah.
Truck key's got a house key on it.
Get in the house.
I'm gonna try it. Pop into a Porsche's lock, see if we can get the info out of there. So that'll be strength. That's double sixes.
It's double six.
Sorry, get allergies.
11.
11. Oh, you roll the other 6 as well.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we'll go with the 11 though. Okay. So you're able to trip it just enough to be able to flip the lock on the. You're able to reach down into the lock on the inside and flip that lock and able to get it. So, and I'm gonna. You're playing into this character. I really appreciate it. So, so what you're gonna do is you get the Porsche open, and opening the glove box, you do see that Charlie O'Connor, his name's on the insurance certificate in the glove box, and yeah, there's no keys in it or anything like that. It's pretty nice car though, but yeah, it looks like any answers you're gonna find are down that dirt road.
Let's get in the truck. Sure. We can fit 5 people. Yeah, we can fit 5 people in the F-150.
This one is, it does have some space there in the back, so you get a couple of you up front, and you get 3 of you in the back, and here's the question: who's up front? You're driving it, right? So
Brad's in the back because he wants to sit next to Sally, obviously.
well, I think you gentlemen would be gallant and let her sit in the front in the first place. But hey, let me put it this way: chivalry towards a lady will go a whole lot more than flexing your muscles.
I don't know. It's worked for me in elementary school. Brad's fastest kid.
So, are you chivalrous or do you have her sit in the back? Either way is fine. So, okay. So she gets up in the front with him, and you 3 get in the back, and you start going down this bumpy dirt road. You head towards that first bend, and it's a 90-degree turn. And off to you go down. It's a 90-degree turn off to your left, and it takes you further back into the thicket. And as you go along, go ahead and actually, you're going to need to make a driving roll. Hey, 10. Okay, so because you got the raise, I'm going to actually give you this and the next obstacle together. You hit a small washout, and then you hit a place where the water's just flooded the road out entirely, and you splash through that. It's kind of fun, actually.
Thank God for
watching
suspension systems.
Good suspension, and it's just splashing water up. You're going full on Moses on this thing, and you get up, you take a right, and you drive through another one of those big ones. So I'm actually going to just give you the whole way in. You got it. You going around some corners, around some bends, and there's like 3 or 4 huge places where it's washed out completely, and you could not get back here without a 4x4. And it's got a winch on the front. Not a wench. The wench is in the
Winch is in the front too.
Aha. So, and actually, she's the one who makes the joke. She's like, "Hey, it's got a winch on front and a winch in the front seat." So, anyway, you continue on. You make it in, and again, the trees also make it darker, and it's wet, and you guys can all smell the water in the air. You can just when you're breathing it's not harder to breathe, but it is there. You can feel it as you're breathing in, and you just like this. We don't get it too often here in Utah, but we do.
Super good.
We do occasionally, especially like after a long rainstorm period, we'll have it in the air, and it's just that sticky feeling. In the back, you guys unfortunately are just as wet now as you would be if you had taken a shower. So, and it's the rain's continuing to pour down. You're going through some more. And this is a really long path. It's almost a 2-mile drive to get back into these, and I mean you're probably only a mile deep into the woods, but it's a 2.5 mile drive to go all the way around all these twists and turns until you come out at the end of the road. You go through one more medium washout, and it come up, and then your headlights fall on a log cabin. It's a modern one, but it was still a log cabin built many years ago, but it's got newer windows now on it and stuff like that. There's the door, a pair of windows on either side of it. The door's got a small porch on it. There's off to your right immediately before you get to the house is a shed, and in the shed there's a tractor with a wheel that's off and sitting to the side. There's another well house back off to the left side of the house, and this is what you see when you pull up.
There are car marks in front of the house that we can see?
No.
Any lights on?
No.
So try to go in the house. We have a key.
So you're gonna just go in?
Yeah. Well, let's
Okay.
knock first. Just be polite.
When you get there, the handle was locked, but when you knock, nobody answers.
B&D. Let's go.
How can it be B&E if you have the key?
That's true. Just D.
So you start the truck. You all jump out, and you go into the front room or into the front entranceway, and it's a hall. Goes down, and there's doors on either side, leading into the rooms that are windowed on the front.
Is there any noises we hear?
Mm-mm.
So it's a hallway, window at the end, doors on either side?
Hallway, doors on either side. Those are the rooms with the windows up front.
Okay.
And then you can see it leads back to an open door that it's probably the kitchen. And you can see like an opening to the right, and then another opening to the left.
Is it pretty dark in the house?
There's no lights on. It's
I want to try to find a light switch.
okay. You find the light switch. Oh, also out near the well house is a generator.
Is it on?
Yeah, the generator was running. You could hear it running when you got there. So you turn on the light switch, and it turns on the lights in the house. And it just lights up the house. The walls are a beige. The doors are green.
Any which room you guys want to start with?
If there's a basement, there's always weird stuff in the basements in the movies I watch.
Not with this kind of a water table.
No, it's kind of a what?
Water table. The groundwater's so high here because of it being so far into the thicket. You don't build basements here.
Start with the room on the right.
Okay. You go in the room on the right, and it's immaculate. It has a bed, a closet that's closed, a dresser, and and on top of the dresser, you do notice 2 pay stubs for Charlie O'Connor from. Let me pull the name of the company up here.
Press select. Finds a gun.
It is from the company. You find out the name of the company that Charlie's been working for. Grendel Faust.
Do we recognize that name at all?
Yeah, they're a company that works at genetically modifying plants and improving animals and they're here in East Texas, but they're like a county over. So, close enough that it's not too far of a drive.
And that's not the brother who owns the farm, right?
Yeah, that's not the brother who owns the farm.
Is there anything else we find in the room aside from the pay stubs?
If you open the closets, you find just clothes hung, and they're all facing the same. The opening of the shirts are all facing the same direction. The shirts are actually hung in rainbow color order. You can tell, even though he's lazy, he's kind of the smart kind of lazy. The lazy that takes care of their stuff, so that way they don't have to go back and do it again.
Brad's definitely gonna mix them up just to make sure.
Okay, I like it. So you mix them up, and then when you go across the hall, you find the same room, only mirrored, and it's a wreck. And this one's got some more pictures in it, more things in it. It's got pictures of Artie O'Connor with a prize fighting rooster. It's got a velvet rooster picture on the wall. And then let's have you guys all do another set of notice rolls across the board for all 5. 11.
Until she says why. You want the why?
Okay, so you find out what's in the room on the left. The room on the right, the room on the right has a TV that's probably, this TV is, like an 84-inch TV. And it's got a stack of stuff connected to it that is like super high-end stuff. And then off to your left is an office. It's just an open entrance office with a really nice computer. So go ahead and actually, I'm not even going to make you make a research roll on this one because the computer is on, logged in, and it has a spreadsheet pulled up. Now, I will have you make a research roll though to see if you find any more. So go ahead and either research or I think I gave him hacking as well, but which one? It's higher than his research. Okay, go ahead and roll that. Yeah. Okay.
14.
So you rolled a 14. Here's what you get. You're like, this guy's crooked, because you're looking at the spreadsheet. You're looking at is regular. Is actually, it indicates these cockfighting results. He's been tracking the cockfighting results, and also on another tab on this, he's tracking the breeds that are. He's tracking the breeding program that he's following as well. And he's like, he's obviously been breeding something pretty important. But you find 2 more spreadsheets they look like they should have been buried better, but you are able to whip right to them. 2 more spreadsheets, because actually you find them through just going to the file menu, and it shows the most recent spreadsheets, and you're able to just pull them up that quick. And the other 2 spreadsheets you pull up, one talks about it talks about it has A strain, and it says A strain, B strain, and C strain, and it talks about fights they've been in, and or the fights that are planned for them that were supposed to be happening today. There were the fights that were supposed to be happening today. These were supposed to be the inaugural fights, actually, of A strain, B strain, and C strain, whatever that means. You don't know what it means, but you know that they're mentioned as A strain, B strain, and C strain. Then you also find a third spreadsheet, and this one's the gem. This one is the names, addresses, and winnings and losses of about half the Pine Box hierarchy who've been out here betting on these.
Could I say that David has a flash drive he cares about?
Yes, you can. Hand me a Benny.
So he's gonna download the names and addresses.
Download all 3 spreadsheets.
And he's gonna download all the spreadsheets on his flash drive.
Just out of curiosity, evidence how well the counselor has been doing.
Counselor is actually owing them about $500.
What our tax money goes exactly.
So
We're supposed to pave that mud road 3 years ago.
Chickens are more important.
now, all of you make notice rolls again.
Honestly, shit.
I got it too.
So Darren goes, hold on, guys. Because you're all sitting at the computer looking at this treasure trove you just found. And he goes, hold on, guys. Does it sound like that rain's pretty loud coming from the kitchen? And you all notice it now, too. You all walk back. You walk into the kitchen. He'll go first. You walk into the kitchen, and it is a wreck. The stove and refrigerator are on their sides. The doors to the refrigerator have been ripped off. And what you thought couldn't have been a real chicken footprint up in the front coops, you now see in a bag of flour that got ripped open and spilled across the floor and is getting wet from the rain falling in the back door that's also been ripped off its hinges. You see a footprint of a chicken about this big. All of you make spirit rolls.
Brad's starting to think something nefarious might be going on.
I'm clicking together some stuff. I got a 4.
Okay.
So I gotta
And roll for those 2.
11 total. Where's he at?
You got a 7.
Okay, so you all make it, but you are all slightly unnerved at the fact that by all indications, there is a chicken that, for a footprint about that big, would have to be about this tall.
I can take it.
Now, if you've ever... Excuse me. Empty.
What this college from? Fight winning breeds and has made a super chicken.
I bet KFC would pay a fortune.
Got all the meat.
You want to play the journalist? This is my son. So, what's up?
Claire's just coming back to see if she can sit down and charge the phone.
Okay. Got yourself a Thor hammer, huh? Very cool.
Also, can I trade the card for your ATM card?
No.
Don't tell me this is the ATM card.
No, I'm not.
Well, I can't meet any more celebrities.
Okay.
What?
I said okay. Who are you missing?
Henry Thomas, Dave Elliott,
Uh-huh.
and Davey.
Yeah.
Dante Bosco, who played Rufio.
You know, that's $40 a pop. That's $80. I've already given you all the money that you were supposed to be
Okay,
getting.
with that, okay, with that again, I guess I don't have to spend money on me.
Try and meet him. So, anyway, you figured it out. We're going to keep on rolling here. So, you just, like I said, you see this whole kitchen. It is just destroyed, and the back door's been ripped off, and the summer porch is sitting open, and a lot of it got dragged back outside. And the cans have been pulled out of the pantry. You know, it looks like some sort of an explosion happened here, almost. Hey, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. So.
Is there a knife block in the kitchen?
Yes.
I'd like to describe it guys for safety.
Okay. Oh, here's something else you found in the computer room, though. I gotta finish listing this stuff off for you. In the office space, you did find a gun safe that was open, and in the gun safe, there is a 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. There is a double-barrel shotgun. There is a 30-06 hunting rifle, and there is a 45. So those are the guns that are sitting there. And as a setting rule, I put in that. As a setting rule, I made it so everybody has at least a D4 in shooting because this is Texas. Yeah.
You don't want the D4?
Do you want to come play?
45? If it's like
Because we got a smart dilettante girl who's actually part of the party. Huh?
I can't hear very well, sir.
Okay, we have a smart girl who's already part of the party. They're out NPC in her. If you want to take her over, you can take her. Okay.
I gotta do something on the phone first anyway.
Okay. So and you get flesh wound as your card. Play to cause all allied extras wounded this encounter to rise immediately unshaken and unarmed. No. Next one. Enemy. No. Next one. Perfect timing. Oh, that's a good one for you. Okay, so
I don't think my guy's comfortable with the 45. I don't think the pump, you guys are sure with that.
So
The hunting.
okay. So you're taking the hunting rifle. Okay, let me give you the stats for that. Okay, give me the gear section here. This is my daughter Clara.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. All right.
Too far with me for the edges.
Here, I'll
Okay, here's gear. Okay, so your stats for your rifle. Okay, so did anybody take the 45?
Not yet.
Okay, so did you know which one you're taking?
I was going to take the pump.
Pump action shotgun, 12 gauge. Okay,
Double barrel.
double barrel. Oh, and there's also ammo in the cabinet too.
Are we keeping track of that?
If you roll a 1, then you jam. If you roll a 1 on your trait die, you jam. Anyway, Clara, did you want to take one of the guns? You guys are throwing guns in the house.
What guns are available?
There's a 45,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's the last one. There's the 45 handgun.
Okay, I will take the 45.
So you got the 45. The 45 is go ahead and write it down here in the weapons armament. Let me give you a pencil.
I have a pencil.
You have pencil.
I am an artist.
You're artiste.
I am artistic. I always have pencil.
Okay. So A typical handgun, most handguns do 2d6 damage. But the Colt 1911, which has 7 rounds and 1 in the barrel, sorry,
Okay, I have a pencil.
it's a 1911,
What did I just
and
get?
that does.
What did I
So
just get?
it's a Colt 1911, which is
Okay.
45 1911 is my trigger.
one of the best handguns ever made.
It's beautiful.
Still is. Over 100 years old in design, and it's still one of the best handguns ever made. Most other semi-automatic handguns take their design from the 1911. Okay, so damage is 2d6 plus 1. And range is, don't worry about the range, but I'll tell you what kind of shot you have. AP is 1. Rate of fire is 1. And shots is 8.
Okay.
7 in the magazine, 1 in the barrel.
Nice.
And you have an extra box of ammo you can take along. Pump action shotgun. Your damage is 1 to 3d6, so that depends on range. The further out you are, the fewer d6 you get to roll. Your AP is not anything because it's got double aught buck. Rate of fire is 1. No armor piercing. Rate of fire is 1, and shots is 6. The double barrel damage is also 1 to 3d6. You have a rate of fire of 1, ROF of 1, shots is 2, and put a little like a asterisk or something next to that rate of fire of 1 because you can pull both triggers and shoot both off at the same time to do double damage, to roll 2 damage, 2. So you'll roll 1 to 3d6 twice to resolve that damage. Okay, hunting rifle, 30-06. That one is that one is 2d8 damage. It has an AP of 2, rate of fire of 1, and has 5 shots. Excuse me. But here's the thing. Because this is Savage Worlds, you can completely and totally take a multi-action on your turn, and you can shoot that weapon 3 times. That represents like the semi-automatic or the hunting rifle where you're going boom, boom, boom in less than 6 seconds.
Does that work for the pump
But
as well?
it works for the pump as well. So that's your boom, boom, boom. Like basically holding your finger down on the trigger and pumping the rack of the pump. But you can't, because if you fire both rounds, you can fire one and then the other. You can do up to 2, but the third action would have to be something else. Now, anytime you take more than one action around, though, you start accumulating negative bonuses. So if you do 2 actions in a round, it's -2 to each action. If you do 3 actions in each round, it's -4 to each action. However, that doing it as a joker would give you negate 2 points of that penalty. It would give you a +2. So it would only be -2 to each attack. So you could probably swap that, or you could swap weapon. I mean, you can swap cards there. You can swap weapons if you want, or are we still good the way we are? Now you still might be able to do other things though. You can still do 2 attacks. You can still get that -2 negated and have it at a flat roll for both of them. So it's still useful for you. It's still useful. So now that we've all got our guns, journalist guy, he's like, oh man, I'll not take one. I'm trying. He's been using his phone as a camera, right? Basically filming this whole thing, going down in, He's filmed the whole house. He's like, when he sees the TV, he's like, Charlie's got himself a nice rig here. And he sees the computer, and you know that computer is like top notch. It is a very high end computer. So everything, all the electronic equipment in this house is incredibly nice. And actually, you notice on the wall a router for a satellite internet uplink. So he's really doing well for himself, these cockfights.
What's his profit and loss like on that spreadsheet?
Oh, his profit is really off the charts. He's probably going to push about $1 million a year. But he's been selling his prize chickens, and he's part of you can't find the information on the other people. He just mentions them by code name, but there are other cockfights going on in the area, and he has been betting on those ones. That's why his overall profit and loss is at pushing $1 million.
I'm in the wrong line of work. No, I gotta get into this.
Nice gig if you can get it.
Yeah.
So
highly illegal, but
and that's why Darren's here. Darren is here to blow this open. Now you've even got the evidence against several high-ranking officials in town, and the rain is still coming down. And Darren's like, we gotta see where he does this fighting, because I mean he was gonna hit $1 million because of whatever happened today. People paid a lot of money to see a great show today. Let's go find it. So he leads the way out the back door, and going out the back door, you still see the shed off to the side, and Darren goes over and he's like, this will help. And he goes over and he grabs an axe that's sitting there. He's like, this will at least give me something.
We found an axe.
He looks up on the wall and notices, and points him out to you. He says, check this out, guys. And he points his camera at him. There are a bunch of empty welding bar boxes and a welder, a stick welder, and several gallon jars of gasoline that seem to have been drained from this tractor while it's been being worked on. So that's kind of what you see in the shed, but there's also a path that is easier access from the outside. Oh,
nice.
Thank you. I was going to grab
the set from last year.
I have mine.
No,
I have my leopard sack.
I took it out.
Poor leopard. But anyway.
I'm going to need a wild knife. Thank you.
So you see a path that normally it looks like Charlie would, or it looks like Artie would park his truck there and lead them down this. It's not a paved path, but it's a boardwalk path with a rail next to it, and it winds down into the bushes. And as you follow it down and around, you see the arena in front of you. You're pretty sure it's the arena because it's a huge space, big barn-like space, and it has another piece attached to it.
Does it have a roof?
Sorry?
Does it have a roof?
Oh yeah, it's got a roof.
I'm gonna steal that.
And it's got air conditioning units in all the windows. What do you need? Oh, okay.
I needed a wild die, so I stole your die.
There you go.
Are there any chickens?
You don't see any chickens, but you do see some hastily welded together smaller chicken cages, and it's kind of a slop job on them. But
Oh,
those chicken cages have been torn apart.
that's never
And
good.
there's again feathers and things. You like finding now like really pretty long tail feathers from prize fighting cocks.
I picked up some of those feathers
Okay.
just because.
Okay.
I put them in my
So-
head, literally.
No, when you come down, she's going to be
Okay.
So you see those, and There's no doors or anything. You can see, like I said, windows with air conditioning units hanging out of them. And when you walk around the end, you see that the doors, there's a pair of barn doors that have also been crushed off. And inside you see, lying on their side and just scattered around, lawn chairs, nice lawn chairs that are sitting facing down into a sawdust floor covered arena that has a big cage over the top.
Shit ton of blood in there as well, I assume.
Sorry?
Just a bunch of blood in there.
You don't see as much blood in those seats and everything, but you do see.
In the sawdust.
Yeah, in the sawdust, it's there, so it blends in. So, but you do see that the floor was pretty recently sawdusted. You know, like looks like he was getting ready for a big opening day of whatever it was. And you see, as there's one side that you couldn't go in the doors, but on the other side there's a pair of metal bar doors, basically, or gates that are open, and it leads back into that side building.
Want to go through? Gun at the ready.
Okay, so you go through, you walk in, you go through the gate, you go into the side building, and you see chicken cages progressively getting bigger on their way back to some tall ones in the back. There's like 4 of them in the back that reach probably almost 10 feet tall.
Last time I checked, chickens weren't that big.
And actually, let me do this.
Thanks.
So, and also to the right of those 10-foot tall ones, you see an industrial incubator.
Is it on?
It's shattered. It's destroyed. All the eggs are gone.
Hell, they gave me the journalist.
Okay.
Welcome.
You're
You have
Darren.
an axe.
His name's after Darren McGavin.
Oh, I picked the comment.
Yes, you do. Very good notice. So, actually, yeah. No, that second car was hers. Hand me that second car. That's her car.
Give me my card.
Here's your car.
Thank you.
Anyway, so you get back and you notice the incubator it's shattered. The front glass of it's shattered. All the heat lamps one heat lamp's still kind of dangling by a wire and glowing a little bit, and it looks like it's trying. It looks like it's dying. It looks like it's just kind of. And there's a big fan also up in the ceiling to just kind of circulate the air, and at these 10-foot cages, you see that the doors on 3 of them have been ripped off from the outside, but one of them is still sitting just swung open. Make notice rolls. Oh, you need dice. You got it? Oh, okay.
Wow. What great notice.
That's okay.
Oh, well, I exploded.
Okay.
Yeah, I never had a bad roll.
Okay.
So that's how many explosions?
12, 15. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, goody.
I'm scared.
You know when the game master says goody, that's bad. It is bad, but it is. But you notice on the ground,
Oh.
there's more blood, but you also notice a dog leash.
That dog
Shredded
better not
pieces of
be
denim.
dead.
And you are the one who notices
No.
the human eye
No.
sitting there on the ground. And when she says no like that, you all look. The camera zooms in on that eye, sitting there with the eye stalk still poking off of it. It's
I
stuck
said no because I
in
remember
some of the
last time I
boards.
played this. Someone
Everybody-
tried to eat it, I think.
Everybody make spirit rolls at a
Actually, it was
-2.
Sora who just picked it up.
You're seeing this is not a chicken eye, and you know that for a fact. Oh, okay.
Actually, no. I'm going to accept my fail.
Okay.
I am too. I got
Okay.
3 total.
Hey.
Sorry?
2 total.
2 total? Harl, what'd you get?
You'll notice?
Yeah, no, spirit.
I'll spare roll.
Just a minute. It is a human response to be terrified of seeing an eyeball.
Okay.
It's a human eyeball. Okay.
Yeah, you're recording this as everybody else in the group now turns and retches. This is one of the you've seen it. You've
You
seen
already got the eyeball on camera.
because you're recording it all on your phone's camera, and yeah, you turn and you just bleh. Everything that you might have had for breakfast is no longer breakfast, and while they're retching, you find a wallet wedged in between the floorboards of the same area where you find the eye that says Charlie O'Connor.
He did.
Oh no, a human eye.
Oh no.
He's going, oh, look, a wallet, because he actually held his stuff together. The rest of you are all like, oh, human eye. So,
Yeah, true. Are there Porsche keys sitting around?
actually, yes.
Hey,
There are Porsche
grab them
keys sitting
keys.
there.
Good job. Grab keys. You just immediately stop vomiting and go, oh, hey, look, Porsche keys.
And while you're in here, when you got to the arena, the rain was starting to slow down. But now while you've been in here,
Do you have any tissues?
the rain has stopped. I don't.
Come on.
You can go run and grab some. We'll keep you going. So the rain has stopped, and this whole time's taken about 15 minutes or so, and you can now also hear the post-rain sounds of a deep forested area, and you can feel the humidity is. If you thought it was high humidity before, it's post-rain humidity is always the killer, and it starts to rise and rise and rise, and you feel stickier and stickier and stickier on the inside of this thing. So
What?
So now, Darren's like, something went wrong.
No, really? We didn't know
I
it.
think we need to get the cops.
Oh,
Let's get
do ya?
after we get the Porsche and F-150 back to a place where we can make sure they are ours.
Yes.
F-150 is you can have the F-150. I'll do this crazy chicken because it's dismantled. Those cars have no idea where they went.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to pay to
Detroit.
get a window put in, but I guess it sounds. So you guys start walking back out, and as you start walking back up the path, it's the smell that hits you first. The smell's not right. It's like being downwind
Doesn't smell
of
right.
a slaughterhouse mixed with a paper factory. It is foul, like acidic foul to your nostrils. And then you hear.
Allow me. Lord Beard, may I? May
Okay.
I?
And stepping in front of you
Mm.
are 4
Oh.
chickens that are about 3 feet tall each.
That's just
And
nuggets.
They're probably weighing in right around 20 pounds each.
That's a fat chicken.
Got razor blades in their toes.
No, they do have the spur off the back. They don't have, nothing's been added to them, but
They're
they
just
are
fat.
chickens, and they have these pustules all over
Never
their skin
mind
that are
those
just
nuggets.
oozing.
Disgusting.
Excited to throw them up, but not anymore. We're leaking pus.
Could you imagine those chicken breasts? Oh,
So
yeah.
I couldn't answer the flavor. It'll cook out. No.
I mean, yeah, all the bacteria would die, but
So
still.
we're going to go ahead and throw in for combat. Combat initiative is determined by card deal. So we give it one more good shuffle, and a joker's really a good thing to find.
Ace is high or low?
Ace is high. Deuce is the lowest. And if you get the deuce of clubs, that's the lowest of the lowest. If you have a tie, it goes in reverse alphabetical order. If you get a tie, you can even look at the back of your card, and it goes in this order: spade, heart, diamond, club. So you'll go on the deuce of diamonds. 6,
You ready?
7. There you go.
How?
There you go.
It's magic. Well, hey, everybody gets a Benny, and you get a +2.
Yep.
Roll you make.
Everybody just got a Benny.
I'm never gonna be able to do that again.
And
You should.
well, you're gonna need them. I'm also going to give you each
That's never a good sign.
a
Gonzo Benny.
This is not a Gonzo Benny. This is a Hope You Bake It Benny. This is a Benny designed to be used in combat. It cannot be saved after the combat. It cannot be used for anything other than re-rolling in combat. But it is one extra shot. So, and my chickens get, I forgot to shuffle those cards in the next. Okay. 6 of clubs. So,
They're after
Joker, you can go at any point in the round. So you can interrupt at any point in the round, and you get a +2 to all of your activities that you do.
Mitch, the entire combat?
For this entire round. For this round. So that's what your adventure card gives you. You basically have a held Joker in your hand. Actually, I'm going to give Harald a chance to play a Benny and swap his action card. Harald, do you want to swap out a deuce of diamonds?
Yes.
Okay, but spend one of your bennies. You can spend your combat benny for that too if you want. Spend the combat benny. Got to do some spades.
No. I'm not going with a deuce.
The chickens are going on 6 of clubs.
After me.
There you go, queen.
Fine.
Okay.
Something good.
Throw in your cards when you're done. Can I have one? When you use it, throw it in. So Joker, do you want to go first, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
How close are the chickens?
They
Not too close.
stepped out on the path. They're not in melee range with you yet, but they will be able to close this round.
How much damage would I get if I unloaded some 12 gauge rounds on them?
Well, that's you're close enough that you'll get the 3d6.
All right, let's.
It's probably from me to him. Right?
Mhm.
You're a little further.
A little
Let's
farther.
go
but-
ahead and. So, if I take 2 actions, it's -2.
-2, but your +2 counters that. If you
So-
take 3, it's only going to be -2 to each of the 3 actions.
I get a D4 and shooting. Let's try to unload.
But
3
you also,
rounds.
because it is a shotgun, you also get a +2 to the shot for the spread.
So all in all, I will get. If I take 3, I get no debuff.
If you take 3, you get no. There's no penalty.
All right, I'll just unload on the closest chicken.
Okay.
I need to roll this 3 times.
Yes. You'll roll first, and if it hits, we'll resolve it. You roll second. If it hits, we'll resolve it.
4, 7.
Okay, 6. That's a hit. That's a good solid hit. Roll 3d6 damage. If you need extra d6s, I got my Sacco dice.
Jingle dice.
Do I reroll 6s?
Yes.
So 9, 15.
15. Okay. That beats its toughness of 6. That first one becomes a puff of feathers. Okay, roll the second one.
And blood.
Dead already?
Do all attack the next one. Nope, did not hit that one.
Okay, and you got your third one. You're taking.
I have no gear.
You have no what?
No gear.
You do have an axe.
I would like to spend. I get to choose one die to reroll if I spend.
No, you re-roll both.
I'd like to spend my time.
Okay. That's good use. That's a 3. So you're fortunate you didn't roll double 1s, but
Let's try one more time.
one more time. Okay. Living dangerously.
4. That's another 4. 8, 11.
Okay, so roll 4d6 this time. Because the extra d6 is for the raise on the damage roll.
5, 6, 12.
12. Okay, so that one it also beats its toughness to 6, and you blow the second one away. There's now 2 chickens left. Actually, to count the chickens before they hatch, I'm going to. Thank you. I'm going to put out some markers just to keep count of them because. And we'll just keep track of how many chickens are left with these 2 markers. And now the Joker turn is done. 7. Oh, actually, no, Queen. Queen, you paid for that.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to run up to the nearest chicken. I'm going to slam my axe into its
You gonna ask a question?
Yeah, go ask it a question.
Okay, so you're gonna come up and
Cult shot.
slam the axe into it. Okay,
so what?
fighting.
Okay, fighting roll. Okay. 10.
Okay, 10 on your fighting. So do strength plus d6 damage.
So 2d6. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
What'd you get? 6. Okay.
Love the dice.
11.
11. Okay, that's enough to incapacitate that chicken too. So now it's 7. Now it's your turn. There's 1 chicken left.
I mean, Brad doesn't want to be outdone by teeth, so both shots.
So you had to squeeze past them to do it. You know, it's a pretty tight little space. But okay, so there's 1 chicken still ahead of you.
It only takes 1 action to fire both.
Yeah.
And
You were gonna do both?
yeah.
Okay.
Will I hit again?
You roll. You're shooting.
Oh, right.
I think that's 6 re-rolls. 8. Okay. So this time you are going to roll 6d6 for damage.
I should have been rolling d6 and a d4. Oh no.
Okay, here.
Probably.
I got some extra 4. There's 6s here. Eight, 11. Okay.
1 dead chicken.
That's the 4th chicken. However,
There's more.
as you're checking around and you're towards the back there, you hear bark, 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 bark behind you. And there's still 4 more that have crept in on the path behind you. And you guys are kind of there's barely enough room to move past each other on this boardwalk. And there's bushes and stuff coming up the sides. There's 4 more chickens behind you.
Where the club did these guys come from?
So, actually, you're right in front of him. What are you gonna do? Your heart is higher than his diamond.
I'm gonna shoot.
Don't laugh. No, it was just your reaction. Sorry. I'm not.
I just have. Alright, I'm gonna shoot at one of the chickens.
Okay, so she's gonna turn around and past your head, she's gonna pull the trigger on a 45.
Woo! 3s.
Okay, drop it in.
Come here.
Okay, 5 hits.
No.
Roll your damage.
Alright.
That's 2d6 plus 1.
8.
So 7, 8. That's enough to shake it.
Darn, I was hoping to be dead.
That chicken done be shaken.
I got nothing to look at.
He's not here.
Yeah, he had to.
I saw.
What?
Matthew Lillard. Excuse me. Shaggy.
So she just shook the chicken. Now it's your turn.
So
I'm not also shooting on those chickens.
Okay, now for you, you're going to have to actually back up a little bit into her. So you are going to have to take a -1 on this because you got a long arm. A rifle at this range, that's kind of a hard thing to pull up. And if it was from me to you, I'd have a hard time getting a rifle up any closer. That's pretty tight. So you're going to have a -1 on this shot. You got plenty of bennies. Okay. So it's a 3. Because of the -1. You pull up and it just misses the chicken. This is the shake and bacon chicken. But those 4 chickens up front are baked. You guys can continue up the path, but you also got, and now the chickens, the 4 behind are one gets to roll to unshake, and it's got a bigger D8. So bigger D8, but I don't roll a wild die for these because they're only extras. And it rolled a 1. I'm going to roll and see if that was a critical fail. Yes, it was.
Ha!
That chicken, it starts kind of getting in the way of its other chicken brethren. So all of them have to take a -1 to their attack roll that they're going to do. Okay. Oh, just a second. Somebody's calling me.
Watch it be long.
Hola, Hernando.
Oh, it's a
Oh, sí. Sí. Okay.
How many dice since I own that I don't use?
Sí.
Yes. You know how many
Okay.
of those, like, bags of
Termina
things
ese
that
trabajo
purchase?
y encuentra los otros pedacitos de madera que necesitamos para arreglar lo que necesitamos.
So
Y
click clack, give my number. Thousands of years from now, archaeologists are going to think why would archaeologists dig? I'm looking for an answer. I don't know.
Ok, entonces haremos la parte de poner el piso el martes y el miércoles o empezamos el lunes todavía. Ok. Hey, no te preocupes. Mi esposa realmente prefería eso así. Entonces es bueno. No te preocupes. Compra las cosas que necesitamos, encuentra la total y vamos a terminarlo por el lunes y martes la semana que viene. Chao, hermano. Chao.
Yeah, this is what that land's from.
Sorry, a little bit of that's my handyman who has been fixing up my house over the last month. We have to sell. We're down at Daybreak. And we have a row house. We've had it for 13 years, and he was going to come over today to do some repair work, but he has to cancel for today. So actually, that makes my wife happier because now she and her friend can just chill and maybe pack a few more things, and then yeah. Hi, Charlie. Hey, what's up, brother? Okay, so. Here we go. So since a Joker was dealt, I reshuffled the deck. So it gives you another shot at one of the 2 Jokers. Oh, Harold, there is a good thing about you having wrecked the card in my other deck. And that is I can pull the other 2 Jokers out now and have them as optional 4th Jokers to be put into this deck. 3rd and 4th Joker. So I have a second deck of this that came with my original Savage Worlds Essentials box set. Because the Essentials box set, the Savage Worlds Essential box set. Actually, do we want to take a quick break, a bio break? Do we need a bio break?
Good for now.
Good for now? But yeah, the Savage Worlds Essentials box set comes with 25 bennies. They have all the different things on it. It comes with 4 special theme wild dice. It comes with a full set of black and gold dice. It comes with a set of the cards. It comes with the adventure cards. It comes with the power cards. It comes with the status cards. And it comes with mini settings. It's worth the $150. It is worth every penny of it because it also comes with templates if you're going to play with maps and minis. It comes with medium, small, medium. It comes with a single clear template that has the small, medium, and large marked on it, a cone template.
I think I got that when I backed the Deadlands.
Okay, it could have happened that way, but yeah, I think that was.
So I think I did buy some sort of starter kit with.
I know that Deadlands comes with a really nice box set too, and it comes with its own themed bennies. And I backed it at the Marshall level, at the physical Marshall level.
I love the.
Where are you located? Where do you live?
I live in Orem.
Orem? Okay, I'm in Daybreak, South Jordan here. So, if you want, next week Thursday, ages 16 and up. So it's the grown-up table, but we are doing Escape from Carnage Island, which is going to be it's basically Gilligan's Island gone to hell and meets a Grindhouse film. Yeah.
Is that just a Savage World set?
Yeah, it's actually one of the Savage Worlds one-shots that came out for Savage Worlds Adventure Edition. Yeah, just like the Moon at the Edge of Oblivion that I ran last night. So, okay, next round. 6, 3, 8, King, Jack,
Oh, see, you freaked out because it was a face card? Yeah.
and chickens. So we have still all 4 chickens left. And King, you're first.
Am I able to take an action to reload?
So what?
Reload?
Yes. And you shot out 3 rounds last time.
Yeah, so I have 3 rounds left.
So you have 3 rounds left. Yeah, it takes an action to reload.
Okay, can I... So the chicken that's shaken, I'd like to shoot that and then reload as well.
You can...
Or can I just do one or the other?
You can choose. It would be a multi-action to reload and shoot.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's just take 2 actions.
Okay, so you're going to make a -2 to both.
Okay.
Actually, a -2 to the shot because I'm just going to give you the reload.
Okay.
So you shoot the chicken.
That's -2.
So that's a 2.
So I miss, but I'll...
Okay, so you turn around and but you fired off too early and it went over the heads of these chickens. But you're able to reload. So you had 2 rounds left. Now you're back up to all 6. Actually, let me give you something easier. Ta-da! I'm going to give you all of you who have guns.
Well, except Carl.
45. And you. Hello, girls. Is Paul Rugg still here? Okay, we'll have to go meet him after I get done with this game. And then we're going to go to Pretty Bird Chicken for lunch. If you guys haven't been to Pretty Bird before, it's like $11 for the chicken and fries, but it is some of the best chicken. And you want to start off at... Huh? Jess, I would like to still meet him, yes. But Paul Rugg is actually higher up my list than even Jess. And Jess will be back next year. He's always back. I love Jess. He's always back. Anyway, so it is now. So you just shot and missed. Clara, you're up.
Right, shooting.
Shooting. Okay. Roll your shooting.
Oh, got 6. And 2.
Why did the chicken cross the road, roll in the mud, and cross the road again?
To get shot on the other side?
To be a dirty double crosser.
I got a 8.
Okay, so you got it?
Yeah, an 8.
Okay, roll. Oh, you got an 8? Roll an extra D6 on your damage. You need one?
Yep.
Oh, look at those 6s. 12, 16, 22, 24. 24 points of damage. Have you ever seen actually what a 45 would do if it hit a chicken?
Yes.
That is some of the most powerful lead ever put into a bullet because of it's the perfect weight to mass ratio, and it just blows this chicken apart. So these pus dripping chickens are now also covered in blood. So
That's why you don't go hunting with 45.
okay,
So I think I'm just going to reload and then step out of the way of.
okay, letting him continue to back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that next turn I can use my card.
Okay, so yeah, you can actually go on hold. Oh, actually, reloading is an action, so you can just go ahead and throw your card in. Go ahead and throw in your card. You're doing a reload action.
Oh no, I'm gonna. Oh yeah.
Yeah, reload action this turn. Okay, Harald, you're up. Don't touch my cards with Cheeto fingers.
Alrighty. Do the same thing as the previous action. Go to the nearest chicken and whack it.
Whack a chicken. Well, this one's very much still dazed. It's so cool.
Alright, here we go. Whack 9.
9. Okay.
Okay.
So whack a chicken. Its parry is 5, so that is 4 over its parry. Roll an extra d6 on damage. Strength plus d6 plus an extra d6.
Okay. 12.
12.
It's dead.
So yes, there's another down chicken. Okay. With your clean hand, throw your card in. Okay. And 3. You're up.
Is there room for me to?
You got room now. No penalty this time.
I'll shoot another chicken.
Okay. So you finally made it back, and as you're backing up, you rack that second bullet in.
Sorry.
You take an aim, and
4.
4. Roll the 4.
Yeah, you can roll that.
6. You hit. Do your damage, which is 2d8. You need an extra d8? Here you go. Oh yeah. I will hand you this one right here. That is a lucky d8. You know why? That d8 survived a garage fire. You can see the smoke coloring on it. 9. Okay. So 9 points of damage. That is enough to shake it. So there's another shaken chicken now, and there's 3 left. We'll just put the shaken one on top of the cards. Okay, that's it. Oh, the chickens on this round. I'm gonna go ahead, even though technically they were before you, but I went ahead. That's okay. We'll just roll it where it lies. Chicken gets to roll to the chicken gets to roll to unshake. Bigger. It unshakes. So there are 3 unshaken chickens, and the chicken that was shaken is going to attack you. It's going to run at you, jump up in the air, and flap its wings, and claw at you with its feet at the same time as it's doing it. And it gets a +2 on its attack and damage. So, but its parry is reduced by -2 on its next action. So, just a second. Okay, so it's a +2 on this roll. That's a 7. What's your parry?
2.
Okay. Parry is what determines whether or not in melee combat if something hits you. If it is, and in this case, a 7 is 5 over your. It's 5 over your parry, so it will be a hit. It will be a +2 on the hit, and it gets to roll an extra d6. And it does strength plus d6 damage. So, it will be. Where's my green d6 go? Oh, you have my green d6. Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and the extra d6 for the raise. Oh, and 12, 15. 15 points of damage. That is your toughness, and minus. So that is 8 over your toughness. So you're going to be shaken with 2 wounds. So here's a point where you spend. Oh, hold on. Spend a Benny, and roll your vigor,
Spend a
and
penny.
soak
Trust
that
me.
and soak that wound, because you do not want to. You do not want to be staying
Make it
with
like a dry
this.
sponge to a small puddle. I can make English.
7. Okay, that will negate 1 wound. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks. Good to
I
see
just
you.
came to say hi.
Yeah.
My friend, you should introduce yourself to him
Okay.
because he's on the same trying to get stuff going as well.
Okay.
But I have to go say hi to a friend. Just
Oh yeah. No worries. No worries.
But I wanted to introduce you to.
Okay. I'll make
but
sure I say
you're
hi when
busy.
we're done. We're doing chickens in the mist right now.
Yeah. That was the one you were telling me about.
Yeah. I will be doing Harvey's Heroes later today.
Awesome. Cool. If I have
So-
time. I'm just busy. I'm here
Oh,
with
yeah.
family. So.
Oh yeah. No. This is meant to be put it in if you have time.
Right. For sure.
So, okay. Now you're going to soak one of those wounds, but you're still going to stay shaken and still have 1 wound. If you stay as the way you are. If you decide to spend a Benny and re-roll that vigor roll, you could have a shot at getting your raise, and you could be able to you could soak both those wounds. Do you want to try for it? Okay, go for it. Yeah, lay that Benny down. Roll those dice. Okay, nope. The 7 stands.
All right.
So go ahead and circle your wound. Water, man.
Mine's full.
Huh?
I filled my water. Just a little.
I got another one here.
I'll take any of them. I'll take either of them.
And then we'll there's a filling station over there by the women's bathroom. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, that was the end of that round, actually. That was a perfect time to have any other sort of breaks that anybody wants to take. So what do you do, Jake?
Get stretched with the
What do I
legs.
do?
Yeah.
I work in roofing.
Okay.
I'm a simple guy.
Hey, that's okay. There's still a need for that.
It's true.
You know, the thing is that I really dislike the way that academia has said blue-collar jobs are not worthy
I
jobs.
wholeheartedly agree. I make good money doing it. I'm happy with my job.
There you go.
It's
we
caused
still-
discourse because I don't want to go to college, but
Well, if you are making enough to support your family, that's all that matters.
no, I'm chilling with it.
You know, and the thing is, we still need good people to be roofers and plumbers and builders. And
So if it wasn't for those people, we wouldn't have homes,
I mean,
plumbing.
I did help install a metal roof on my house in Lehigh before we left that one when I was young.
I hate metal roofing.
My uncle Les Southam is
I know
this.
Les.
You know Les?
Yeah, works for solar roofing.
He might now. I don't know. He's old.
So I work at a roofer supply in Linden, Utah.
Okay.
So I work on the distribution side. But Les came in the other day.
Okay. Yeah. Les he's an old guy, but you know he's really smart. Really, I didn't know what he was doing now.
He's working with solar roofing. I think.
He's my uncle, and his son David. Dave's my cousin who now owns Southam and Associates.
Yeah, I know him too.
Okay, so you know my family.
That's funny.
I
never thought I'd meet someone that actually is related to people I know from work.
Yeah, when we first moved to Utah, we lived on Locust Avenue. In there's that park right there on the as you're coming out of Linden. There's that park over on the right. I think it's still in Linden technically.
Yeah, I don't go north of Linden very often. So.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you go there. You turn up Locust Avenue. It's right up there near the end of Pleasant Grove, and that's where we first lived when we moved to Utah. So that's really funny that I met somebody who knows my family. Yeah, they've got a Southam Associates branch out in Reno, and that's where one of Les's boys, Dale, is at.
I didn't know they had
Excuse me.
I didn't know they had franchised.
Well, it's kind of that thing of Dale needed to change the scenery, and they're like, you know what? There's work out there to be done. Let's go.
Lars has me checking all DMs, checking everybody's got water, had lunch.
Oh yeah, I haven't done lunch yet, but
But you feel taken care of regardless, maybe.
oh yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm not. Excuse me. I'm about out of water though.
Don't die.
You look great. We love you guys.
Thank you. I snicker because those are the guys who didn't want me running games because they didn't want me to run because I'm not running Dungeons and Dragons. But there needs to be more than just Dungeons and Dragons out here, because Dungeons and Dragons is great for Dungeons and Dragons. I will never poo-poo Dungeons and Dragons, but I do. Oh my, he's got a rift spell. I'll have to talk to him. Actually, since we're on break, I'm going to go step away for just a second, and I'll talk to him. I'll be right back. I just pulled your plug.
This is where you have to use your eyeballs.
Who's a party what? Well, that makes sense.
Sorry, baby girl. There's the plugs over here. Because I tried to step over that, but it caught on the tip of my shoe or something and flipped. So, okay. Back and ready for the next round?
Okay.
Here we go. Get some pretty low card. Oh, Joker again. That means everybody gets a penny.
Woo!
Say my name. Say my name.
Oh,
I get an extra minute.
No.
it's over by his foot. Lost the penny. Sorry.
I get an extra minute.
That is your extra penny. Okay. Okay. So you can choose whenever you want to go on the round, and
Let's go first again.
okay. So now you do have you're in front, so you kind of have to wedge your way past a couple people. So it's going to take an athletics roll to not fall into the bushes, and then you can shoot.
Next check.
Okay.
Would I get a +2 on my checks, right? Because the Joker, or is that just...
Oh yeah.
Okay, so never.
It's a 5.
5.
Okay, you make it through. So now, you can do a multi-action again and just try and rack all 3 remaining chickens.
That is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So first chicken. That's a 6. 10.
Okay. That's hit with the raise. So extra D6. I got some extra D6s here. Looks like you're kind of trending that direction. I like those jingle dice. Those are pretty cool.
So 10. 14,
You just get them here at the con?
Yeah, 20 on the first chicken.
What chicken?
Whichever.
No,
one
no.
is first.
What chicken?
Oh, what? I see.
There's not even enough blood and feathers to make a fine red mist.
First goes the chicken.
The chicken goes.
That's 5.
6, 7 because of the shotgun.
That's just 3. That's 6.
Okay,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
12.
12. 12
So 12 points on that chicken.
last chicken. That's 5, 6, 7. That is 10.
10. Okay, that's now another X chicken. Yeah, that's another X chicken. So, you still have 3 rounds left in your thing. Hey, Dave. And pull up a chair, catch some of the action.
Oh, I'm just about to jump into a panel when I thought
Oh, okay.
say hi.
Oh, I appreciate it. So
you running?
Chickens in the Mist
Okay.
from 12 to midnight. So it's part of the Pine Box, Texas setting. So same universe as ETU,
Yeah.
East Texas University. Here is Jake. Jake, right? Jake is another Savage Worlder. Or at least he had already had the book.
Jack.
Jack already had the book.
Okay.
And so Dave already had the book, and he got to play with me some yesterday. So maybe I can get you both back this afternoon when I want to do Harvey's Heroes.
Fans, I have some
What
panels
room
open.
number
Okay.
is
So I
this?
got I wanted 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so probably
Yeah.
not then.
Yeah.
That's okay. But hey, we got some good in yesterday,
We did.
and there will be more to come.
Great. Fantastic.
So yes,
What room number is the gaming room in?
355.
Okay.
Anyway, I just thought I'd
So anyway, well, thanks for buzzing by.
Yeah.
So anyway, so sorry, Jack.
You're good.
So yeah, you just blew some chickens away. Clara, you're up. And actually, no, everybody can throw in their cards now. That's the end of the combat. And you didn't use your combat, Benny, so that comes back. Carl, throw in your card. This session of combat is over. Okay, so you walk. All 8 chickens are down. You guys walk back up the hill. Now, realizing that these little monstrosities are around, but they were still too small. Their feet were only this big. The chicken's feet you saw in the kitchen weren't this big.
Can I reload? We're just walking up.
Okay. So, and you get up to the house, and you see the truck, and you see coming out of the back of the house 4-foot tall chickens with feet this big that probably weigh about 60 pounds each. So 4-foot tall chickens, about 60-pound chickens, and there are 10 of these things between the kitchen, the house, and the back, and they're in the back of the truck. One of them's even got up and tried to get in the front of the truck, but that's it turns around as it's been pecking at the door because it obviously can smell the blood that's on the floorboards in there, and these guys all turn and look at you. So, incidentally, I do need to shuffle because a Joker came out last time. Maybe you'll get one.
It's gonna happen again. That's fine.
So,
How many do you have?
Helvetica and Comic Sans walk into a bar. Bartender says, "Get out of here. We don't serve your types."
He's got more, trust me.
You hadn't heard that one yet. Oh, you didn't hear it. Oh, lucky. Helvetica and Comic Sans walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Get out of here. We don't serve your types."
That's actually a good one.
Just for spending, yeah.
Did-
Just for spending.
He's never had a reason to so far. The wound is coming.
Ready for it?
As-
It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again.
Okay, so these, so they're between 60 and 100 pounds, and they have this heavier muscular skeletal structure, and the skin not only is pustules and leakage and stuff, but it's also stretched, and the feathers aren't exactly covering everything. Yeah, they're pretty gross. I've flipped every card so far. I'll just throw it down. And they got a 3. They go last. Perish. So, here we go. So King, you're first.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. There is actually an edge for other games and other characters have it. It's called Common Bond, and it allows you to share your bennies with other people.
Oh, we just bet that I get another Joker, so I gave it back. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying.
So what's going on right now? Are there more chickens?
There's more chickens. There's 10 strain B chickens.
Oh. How big are these chickens?
4 feet tall and between 60 to 100 pounds.
I think we're missing a strain.
All right.
Your turn.
Shooting.
You know, it's always been a nightmare to walk in and just see some cool It's not. This is very rigid.
8.
8. That is a hit with a raise. Oh no. Remember to keep track of your shots.
Right.
This is the third time you've shot.
Oh, I started at how many?
So you have 5 left.
Okay.
Do you know what somebody, I was just looking at this bloody teddy bear over
6.
here. Somebody, or whatever that is, somebody needs to make plushies for Patrick Rothfuss's The Princess and Mr. Whiffle.
I'm not sure what that's from.
You need to read the book if you haven't read
The
it.
name of the wind?
He's the same guy who wrote that.
Okay, I haven't read
But
that.
there's a book he wrote. It looks like a children's book. It's illustrated. It's called The Adventures of the Princess and Mr. Whiffle. It's not a children's book.
It's very dark and morbid, and I love it.
So, okay. So, and did you roll your damage of 3d6?
Oh, give me one more.
You had a raise. Oh, suck.
7.
7 plus 1, so you got an 8. That's enough. That is enough to shake this chicken.
Woo!
So let me throw out the 8 chickens, or the 10 chickens. 10 chickens, all in a row. Walk, 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 walk. Walk, 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 walk,
I might
walk.
prefer pinches cuter.
Okay, 10 chickens. So you shook a chicken. We'll put shaking chickens in this box. Okay, so she sees them and screams and pulls her gun out and boom! Or she's still got it in her hand, so she, boom, shoots a chicken. And now it is Hearts. You're up.
They're far enough away that I can shoot them with no disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're far enough off that there's no disadvantage.
I was going to shoot one of the chickens, shaking chicken.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 4, roll it. 7, that's a hit. No raise, but it's a hit. A very palpable hit. 5, yes, you may. Oh, and I'm going to throw you all a combat Benny as well. So actually, hold on to this Benny. I'll just not give you a combat Benny. Okay, that's enough to shake it again, but it is of a type that these monsters have a hardy ability. So a second shaken result does not result in a wound. Whereas on normal creatures, a second shaken result from a physical damage source will result in a wound. So there you go. So if you get shaken because you get scared, you actually you won't be wounded if you get shaken again.
It's only combat shaking.
It's only combat shaking. So okay. So that is your round, so go ahead and toss in your 10. Harold, you're up.
All right, perfect. All right, there's 7. Axe. Okay, actually, what's the weakest trigger?
There's one that's shaken, but
I'm gonna hit the one that's shaken.
okay, you run up and it's almost out of range for your movement, but you make it and you swing and you hit the chicken. and you get to roll an extra d6 on your damage. So 3d6. 12. Okay, that is enough to kill that chicken. It's finally down. Down one chicken. But that also puts you in the range of the other chickens.
We got to 6.
So, the other chickens can get to you this round too, but he's the closest thing. So, so let's see here. You're up now. Okay, so you're gonna unload 1 or 2 rounds, or two shotgun loads. Okay, you still only get to roll 1 extra d6 for your damage, but that's okay. Yeah, go ahead and grab my Goldie or his rattle die. It'll be 66 again. Actually 76.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah, you dented this chicken.
Holy
And
wow.
because of the raise, I'm also going to say that you dented the next chicken too. That's the nice thing about a shotgun. So you just took out 2 chickens. Okay, 4.
I'm just gonna shoot to hit a chicken, and I would like to reroll that.
Combat mini. Oh, come on. 4. That hits. That's a hit.
Are we at 3d6 range?
Yeah, 3d6.
Let's do 6s. 12, 18, 18,
So what?
25.
25. That's another chicken down. Hey, in the first round, you whittled it down to 6. Here come the 6 chickens. One's going for you. Harold, hand me 10, please. Here comes the first chicken. And these ones, they fight a little better. So, and they're all doing the run jump attack. So they all get a +2. So the first one, run jump attack, 9. Hit your parry of 5. Yeah, so it's hit with the raise. And they do strength plus d6 and a raise. So strength on these is a d8, d6, and the raise. Okay, 8. 13 points of damage, Harold. Well, you got a toughness of 5, so that means 8. So that's shaken with 2 wounds, or you can spend a penny and soak it. Spend your combat penny. Okay, roll your vigor. Hello, Zora.
Hi, thanks for checking in.
9? Okay, that soaks 2 wounds. You made it. Oh, but you did. I forgot to apply the permanent -1 that you have right now. That's because you got banged up by one of those first chickens. Okay, so next one is going to attack you. A 5. What is your parry?
Being
2.
abandoned.
He hits. Only 3 over. What was that, Clark?
That one.
You're headed out?
Yep, we're gonna wander.
Okay.
Carl, do you want to wander or stay here?
Wander.
Okay, you're being abandoned by a spell.
Okay, I'm being abandoned by my children. I see how you are.
Well, I love you.
We still love you. Oh, shoot me a text on Discord when we're done, so we can go meet Paula.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it.
Besides, there's no way I'm letting those two go off by themselves.
Okay. I thought your brother was going to be here.
No, Evan's doing his own thing right now.
Okay.
He's going to Brendan Sanders. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, I need to get my coin.
Okay.
I feel so bad for all the people I might buy from. So I had 129 bucks mainly in coin.
I guarantee you, I'm going to be here.
Shoot, I put them in here.
I've heard so much about it. It's so much.
You haven't played yet?
I haven't played Harvey's Heroes yet, and dadgum, I'm not missing it this time.
Okay.
There's a couple of them.
Harvey's Heroes.
A couple more.
There's one more die. Fine.
I'm going digging. Yes, D4. There we go.
So I will actually let anybody swap their adventure card for this one. Perfect timing. It will let you look through the adventure deck and pick another card.
You might also want this one that heals you almost to the where I had this.
Oh, that, yeah, you can swap for that one too. That'll heal you all up. So I'm going to actually say that 6 of them got taken out in that last round. So actually, no, I'm going to leave the other 2 because I was thinking of removing the 2 players, but no, we're not removing the 2 characters. We're just removing the 2 players. So they're still there. They're not dead yet. Not dead yet. Yeah, he says he's not dead.
I'm not dead.
You're not fooling anyone. Okay. So, next one. So attacked you. Oh yeah, we did. We hit, but only did 3 over. So he does strength plus d6. So, does 2 points of damage. I think I'm gonna reroll. I think I'm gonna spend one of my Game Master bendings and reroll that one. Okay. There we go. That's 9. That beats your toughness by 4. You are going to take another wound, but you can still spend a bending and roll your vigor, and you roll it at a -1 because of your wound that you previously received. Harold, come hand me your bennies, please. Okay, so you soak all the damage from this, and you're not shaken. Next one going for you. So 7. That's a hit. The strength plus d6. Oh, plus 2. Sorry. And so you still soak it. So that's 9, 10, 11. 11 points of damage. That beats your toughness by 5, so they'll be shaken with a wound. That's where you can spend a Benny and spend your combat Benny.
Oh no.
I'm leaving my bag with you, Dad.
Now we're real vigor.
I'm leaving that with you.
Okay. Where'd Harold go? Oh, right there. I still want to go get lunch after this is over.
Okay, just shoot me a text.
I'll
shoot right out.
Okay.
On Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't add the figure rolls together.
Sorry?
You don't add those together.
No. The 7? That's almost enough to soak 2 wounds. But you only took, you only took 1 wound, so that soaks it and you're not shaken. Okay, next one's for you.
No, leave me be.
7 hits. Strength plus d6. 8. That meets your toughness by 5, but you are only shaken.
Okay, I'll stay shaking.
Okay, you can spend a Benny to unshake later if you want to. Like say the chickens go before you next round, you can spend a Benny to unshake early, or you get a free spirit roll next turn that doesn't require a Benny to unshake. So you're good. Okay, Sally. This is the 5th chicken. Rolled a 4, and she got a parry 2, so it hits and does damage. 13. That would be. Oh, and I did give you guys the extra bennies for it. So you can spend one of your bennies there. That was one of the extra ones for the non-player NPC, the allied NPCs, and she can. Excuse me. These allergies have been kicking my butt since that smoke came through. That it just hit me hard. Anyway, so she's gonna roll her vigor, which is a d6. Hey, no damage happening here. But that keeps her up and on her feet because she's still got 5 rounds left in her gun, and she'll still be a force multiplier.
Oh no, only 6.
Yeah, considering you start with 3, that's pretty darn nice. Okay, next one is going to go for you again, because you look threatening. And that is an 8. 12. So hit with the raise. Strength plus d6 and an extra d6. Okay, that's 8, 14, 18. Yeah, I would recommend you do. Hey, we like that. 10. That soaks 2 wounds, so you soaked it. And one more chicken got to go. And the one more chicken got to go for you.
Step back.
And it misses you.
Good God.
So 6 chickens left, and 4 shooters and a melee. So next round. So obviously bennies are not hit points, but they're helpful. Okay, next round.
Ready?
Joker. Nope.
Guns right here.
And chickens.
6%.
Okay. So that is going to be you first.
You need to reload, right?
Okay, you're gonna have to. If you reload and shoot, you're going to have to spend, or you're going to have to take a -2 to your shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pop the shotgun. The 2 shells pop up. You pull them out. You stuff in the next 2 rounds. Close it up, and you raise up, and you're going to take a shot on -2. Okay. 7. That's a hit. Roll 3d6. Oh, and that's also they have a -2 to their parry right now as well. So that means he can actually have a better shot at hitting them. So what'd you get? 8. Okay, that's enough to shake it. Shaking chicken. Okay, throw your queen in. The queen card. That's okay. That is Dale Arden from Flash Gordon. Yes, Savage Worlds has the rights to Flash Gordon. Okay, so our 9s are next. Okay, go for Darren. He's got an axe, so he can use fighting.
Four. Does a 4 land?
A 4, yes, because right now their parry got reduced by 2 because they did that fly attack. So, and essentially you can do something similar in melee. As a human, it's just called a wild attack. And so it reduces your parry by 2, but it gives you a +2 on your attack and a +2 on your it gives you a +2 on your attack and a +2 on your damage. So anyway, so he attacked and he hits for strength plus d6. I would have kept that. I'll let you keep the 6 you had earlier. And, yeah, so that's 8. So you got an 8, 11. 11 is the total. So that's 11, and 11 means that's another shaken result. That is not enough to. That is 1 short of being able to kill it. So, okay, you're 9 now.
All right.
I'm going to. I'm just going to shoot one on the chicken.
Okay.
Try to shoot it twice.
Okay. Toss in your 9. Oh, they both aced. Roll them both. Okay, so it's an 8 or a 5. So go for the 8. Okay. So go ahead and roll. 10. That's enough to shake another chicken. 2 shaking chicken. Okay. 8.
I want to shoot both of the shaken chicken. That's -2, right? 2.
2 shots. Yep.
First one.
7. That is the curse. You'll roll an ace, and then you'll roll a 1 right after.
But it's a 5 because of the -2 to hit.
Okay. Yeah.
10, 11 damage on the shaken chicken.
Okay. So that's enough to 11 is only enough to shake it again. You need 12. You're 1 short.
Well, then we'll shoot the other one in hopes of something better.
Okay.
That's 3.
3. That won't hit. Okay. Boom. Boom. You missed the second chicken, but the first one takes a hit. It's like, oh.
Can
So
I spend a? So
you
said
can
something
spend a
about
penny on.
to unshaken?
Oh yeah. You were supposed to spend that before you shot, but that's okay. Go ahead and roll that and see if. Okay, you spend the penny, unshake, then it makes it all legal. Okay. So see that it's their turn now. Got 4 chickens coming at you. 1, 8, 14 to hit. So, and that's over your parry. So it's 16 over your parry. Hit with the raise, definitely. And that is an extra D6 on the damage. So 15 points of damage. You're taking 10. That's 2 wounds. Chicken with 2 wounds. And you can spend a penny and try and soak it. Now, yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're going to recover 2. Okay, well, actually, yeah. So you recover 2 wounds. So you go ahead and raise that wound off your thing. Okay, so. Okay. So go ahead and hand me second win. Oh, got it. Okay. Now go, and so you're not at a -1 to all of your rolls anymore, and you're still gonna have to make a bigger roll to soak this. Now, to give you an idea of what soaking is, and here's for what were your hindrances again? You're arrogant. Oh, you've been playing that. I'll give you a Betty for that. Your hindrances are the fastest way to earn Betties. You play to your hindrance. You do something that's going to be seemingly stupid to the player, but makes sense because of the hindrances of the character. You earn it. Okay, that will heal 1 wound. You're going to take 2, so you're back to 1 again. So it was nice while it lasted, huh? Okay, so second chicken, going for you. 5. It does not hit you. 6, or not 6, but next one. 5. Okay, it hits. Yep. But it only does 6 points of damage. Your toughness is 5. That's enough to shake you again.
Resume being shaken.
But does not damage you. And then the 4th chicken is you. And that rolls a 4. Doesn't hit past your parry. And then the other 2 chickens have to roll their spirit, which is a D6, to see if they unshake. Unshake? Yep. Unshake? Yep. 2 more chicken attacks, and they're actually going to go with Darren. With a 3 and a 7. 1 gets through. Yep. and does 8, 9, 17, 18 points of damage.
That's 13 and it's tough.
Okay, so that's shaken with 3 wounds.
Oh no.
Okay, so do we want to spend a Benny to keep him in the action? He's shaken with 3 wounds.
I don't know. I'm getting pretty low.
Okay, roll his vigor. Oh, that's what we're talking. 10. That soaks 2 wounds.
Wait, he's
Shaken with 1 wound. Yep. You're shaken with 1 wound. You're shaken, and you're not anything. Okay, next round.
It's Sally's.
Oh, Sally's turn still. Thank you. Okay, so go ahead and roll her shooting, which is only a D4, I think.
4. That's 4. 3, so 11.
Roll those 3 D6s and add +1 to the total.
13.
13. That is enough to kill a chicken.
Thank God.
She's been killing more chickens than anybody else.
I took out like 8.
Oh, except your shotgun, yeah. Than anybody else other than you.
Let's go a little birth.
Okay, now next round. Oh, that's my wife. Hey, baby. Oh, that's Greek Souvlaki. And by the way, Fernando is not coming today. So you two have fun. Maybe see if we can help you pack some stuff and help me to move the house closer to sell. Okay. Well, there's small boxes. There's a bunch of small boxes. There's if you can't find the tape gun, the small boxes are like under the counter and stuff like that. And the tape gun, there's one downstairs. Oh, under the counter by the counter.
Actually, maybe I don't know. That would have been fun.
Love you.
I have fun.
Okay, just a second. I gotta catch this devil.
But after that day, like if I do not shoot, they're in. Obviously,
I think I'm going to recommend to Dad we just go to the mall food court. There'll be something. Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. I like I'm just, next year I'm going to do another.
You can pull up a chair and listen in, or even grab a spare character. We got a little action going on.
I'm going to do us both a favor and go see where we're at with food.
Okay. Yeah.
No, but I was just going to say, for the Savage, we're saying.
Yeah.
I did one at the Palladium Open House.
Okay.
Based on Tales of Arabian Nights.
Okay.
Most of it was, I have to admit, most of it was just stuff I made up.
Yeah.
But you still had all of them that were there. You know, we had a glitter boy and we had a blind warrior woman and a crazy and a ley line walker. All the staples were still.
Oh yeah.
No, but it was wicked. It was my first time doing it. It was wicked fun.
Oh yeah.
Everything was fast and smooth and crazy and violent, and it was.
We are doing Chickens in the Mist.
Yeah. Maybe I will come back for that. But I'm gonna check out,
we got a couple of characters that are free right now. So okay, continuing on. Next round, deal it out. I'll actually have you go for both of them on the same card. Oh man, crap cards are coming out of this thing right now. She got a decent one. They got a really good one. So this is where you spend the Benny before the action starts because those chickens are coming at you, and a second shaken will result in your shaken being turned into a wound. So yeah. Oh no, you didn't. You didn't lose the card. You don't lose your card. That's why you spend a Benny.
Does it add?
Sorry.
Does it add to the total?
No. It just made it so you're not shaken this time. Because if you're shaken, you can't take the actions. All you can do is move and talk. All you can do is just, I got, it's like I said, it's that moment of we're going to need a bigger boat. He couldn't really do much of anything else at that moment. So, okay, she's first. Actually, I'll have her. Actually, no, that's not her first. Hit the chickens first. So the chickens are going to do their attacks again. 1. There's a 1. No. Okay, do not crit. 2. 6. Hits you. Does D6. Okay, it does 10 points of damage. That's 4 over your toughness. Spend a Benny to soak. Bigger. And you guys can move around and stuff too, kind of make things a little more tactical. Try and put a little more chickens between each other. But yeah, you're not stuck in one place. It's not like the old D&D where you go up to put my miniature at the base of that monster's miniature, and now we're gonna sit there like the 2 punching nuns. And okay, 3, 7 hit. Does 7 points of damage.
It's 2 over 9.
That's shaken again.
We're shaking again.
4 is for her, and it hits with an 8. 13. That's extra D6 damage. Okay. She might not be coming home. Let's see. That's 9. 17. 23. Sorry? Yes, she can. So you spend the Benny, and because you're spending the Bennies, I'm going to actually give you all another Benny because you guys are rolling with it. I'm going to give you all another Benny because you're all doing great with this. Okay, so roll her vigor.
3.
Okay. Oh no, you don't have these ones together. But yep, you're going to spend another Benny on her. Okay.
Result stays the same.
Okay, so she is at 23 minus 5. That's 18. That's shaken with 4 wounds. She is incapacitated. She's out of the fight. Yeah, and she's bleeding all over the place. Actually, now she needs to make another vigor roll because we're going to see if she's bleeding out.
That saves.
Okay, she 5. She is not bleeding out. But she has about an hour before she's going to have to spend a long time in the hospital.
The 44 is down.
So he can pick up the 45 and keep shooting if he needs to, but he's still got an axe and he's still in melee combat with the chickens. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is for him. Okay, it missed with. Okay, not a critical fail. Okay, that's the chickens. She's out of the 10, so 5. You're up.
Would I be able to get to the Ford, turn it on, and run the chickens over?
You can try that. I will let you try that. That's an athletics roll. That'll be your action as an athletics roll.
5.
Get a 5? Okay, you make it into the truck, and you jam the keys in the ignition and start it up. So that your next round will be driving.
Okay.
That'll be your roll next round.
Get out of the way, boys.
Okay. 4.
Are chickens very spread out?
Yeah, they're kind of spread out a little bit between the house and the truck, but they've all started coming at you.
Is there any way I could somehow
scare them into moving up a little bit.
Unfortunately, the way you've noticed that the shotgun blasts and everything around have not even been phasing the chickens. They are not frightenable. Most animals would be, but these ones are not. The genetic experimentation that they've obviously made them was freaky enough that it messed with their little chicken minds.
If we're able to grab Sally and everyone get in the back of the truck, in the bed, I can just try to run them over or just drive away.
Okay.
So
So you yell out that plan to them? Okay.
So could like me and Darren pick up Sally? And
Yeah. Go, that takes your action this round, but yeah. So go ahead and touch your number in. You want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in the back as well.
You can hop in the back and shoot if you like.
Yeah, sure. I'll fire up.
So. Oh yeah, that's. Just go ahead and roll your damage and add an extra d6 to it. So it's 46. Come on, sixes. 12, 13, 16.
Yeah, that was already 6.
Oh, plus another 6.
So 24.
24. Boom. You blow a chicken away. Okay.
So are we all in the back?
Yeah, you guys are all in the back except you, and you're going to fire. You've got it fired up, and you're going to take off.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to get to a hospital at this point.
Yeah, she needs to be seen by a doctor fast.
We have plenty of perfect illegal activities going on here.
So, and actually, it's not breaking and entering if you're entering for the concern of the occupant.
Yeah, we did find the truck broken and blood. So.
Yeah, so you guys are definitely concerned for the occupant of the house.
Could I make a common knowledge check to see if any member of like hospital admission I would have known is
okay
on that spreadsheet?
I
just don't want to take our friend to somewhere where they might not want her to be okay.
No, there's yeah, you can make a common knowledge roll against that. Yes. Nobody at the Pine Box Hospital is on that list.
Thank God.
Okay, so he floors it, and I'm just going to have you make a out-of-turn driving roll to see if you hit a chicken and how many you hit. Not a chicken, but because of your plan, because of your check, I'm going to give you a Benny. Do you want to spend it?
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
6. We like 6. 7. The curse is real. You hit one chicken on the way out. And since you really haven't had that much to accelerate with, as you accelerate forward on that chicken, you are going to do. Let me verify. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people have been getting pictures of my crotch. Oops. I gotta keep it tipped up. Come on. Oh wait, I'm already there. You're going to do 2d8 damage to it. 9 damage. That is enough to shake it as you bump it out of the way and you start heading up the path.
Yeah.
Now these things, okay, the truck has, okay, just a second here. The truck has an acceleration of let's see here. Why in the world? Okay, I'm gonna have to base it off that. Truck has an acceleration of 14, so yeah, it can do. Actually, this is even a little faster than 14 because it's a Raptor. So yeah, it is going to be. So yeah, you take off, and the first thing you're gonna have to do is give me another driving check on that first pothole you're gonna hit.
6.
Okay, so at a 6, you just accelerate and you navigate around that hole and boom, boom, and now you successfully gotten around that part, and you're leaving those chickens behind. Because comparatively, strain B chickens have a speed of they have a run speed basically of like a parrot pace. They have an 8, so you're twice as fast as they are on your acceleration. So you leave them in the dust. And any of you have healing? Oh, I got it over here.
I think that was my Benny.
Yep, that was your Benny.
I can sure try.
Any of you could try healing. It is going to be made at a -2 because you don't have a first aid kit.
I have a.
Oh, you do?
I have a 4.
Oh, you do have a 4. Okay, so you actually. Well, yes, you could.
There's a spare one in the truck.
For a Benny, yes. They're getting okay. There is a first aid kit there in the back of the truck, and yeah, have a seat. We're playing Savage Worlds, where the scenario is called Chickens in the Mist, and they have just encountered a bunch of mutated chickens that have been ripping the crap out of them. She is down completely, and actually
RPG or
yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
And they're trying to drive a F-150 Raptor out of this back farm area to try and get her to a hospital.
I just said brand laptop.
Oh, yeah, I love my MSI.
Yes.
2 years old.
That's everybody.
Very cool.
Mine is 3 years old. I've been using it since 2019.
Yeah, I bought this in 2020. So anyway, so
Now let's hear some more.
as you get around the corner, there's a branch hanging out over the road, and there's another 4 strain B chickens in it, bending the branch down so it's hanging over the road, and they're going to try and drop into the truck. So, driving roll. You can make your healing roll too, on to try and at least stabilize Sally.
4.
Okay, you're not able to stabilize. That chicken ripped her up. It got in her face and scratched her all the way down, and she's bleeding out. Not bleeding out, but she's bleeding all over the place. Okay, so you got a 4? Okay, that's still a success. You're able to keep out a couple of the chickens, and you can shoot at a chicken if you like.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm driving. My clip's up.
Okay, so your shotgun's empty, but she's got. Oh yeah, Darren can try and bat one out. Good. And yeah, you can reload and you can roll for Sally's. You can pick up Sally's 45. She's still got 3 rounds left or 5 rounds left in it. So actually, if you want to give the system a try.
Oh no.
Okay,
I'm studying you guys.
That's okay. No worries there. I just thought I'd offer because we do have a spare character that's still on his feet.
Is 2 successes for a D6?
If you roll a 6, you re-roll it to add the next roll to it.
Okay.
It's an open-ended acing system, exploding dice system. So, and 4 is the target number. So if you get 2 successes, that's 8. If you get 3 successes, that's 12. Usually, depending. Now, if you're doing melee fighting, it's different. So he can, yeah. So he does a fighting roll, and these things have.
I'm just going around studying each person's stuff.
Sorry.
I'm just going around studying each person's stuff.
Oh yeah. No worries. You're welcome. You're more than welcome here, and you're welcome to ask questions too. So, what you got?
I don't want to.
Got 5. Parry is 6, so he misses the second chicken. So we dodged 1. He dodged two of them. Excuse me. Two of the chickens did not make it in the back of the truck. Two chickens are back there. He misses one, and you're reloading, but you picked up her, or you're going to reload, but you picked up her 45 and you shot, right?
Oh, I can shoot it.
Yeah, you can shoot. You can pick it up and shoot it the same round. 7. That's a hit. Roll 4 damage, and that's 2d6 plus 1. 9. That's enough to shake it. And if he wants, he can just pick that shaken chicken up and throw it out of the back of the truck. Okay, so you still got 1 left. Okay, so we're going to go back into rounds again. Not going to get a combat mini for this one because there's only 1 chicken left. Sorry? Yeah. Yeah. So I've got a 5 on this end. So King, you're first. We'll go for both of them. Okay. 6 is what's needed. Okay, go ahead and you can smack it with your rifle and do a fighting roll.
If I don't have fighting, what's at a -2?
-2, yep. D4 -2. 3. Okay, so you miss it too. Okay, so that's the King. 8, you're next.
Just fire out of the...
Yeah, that 45's good at this close range right now. So, roll your shooting. 6, we like 6. 11, that's a hit. Yep. Actually, let's see, that's a hit with the raise, so roll an extra d6 for damage as well.
So that was a 6.
Okay, so 8, 9, 11. Okay, that's enough to kill that chicken. Boom. Okay. Make another driving roll. This time get through a big washout. This one's a -2.
-2?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, 5. Okay, you barely make it through. Your truck slides sideways as it hits this big washout, and you go through and you noticed that you see something off in the woods, and you can smell it, but you can't see it. But you saw some red eyes off in the woods, and they were at about 8 feet up.
So is there a window to the back of the truck?
Yeah.
Is it open right now?
Yeah, you can open it.
As I'm driving, can I pass my pump back?
Your shotgun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pass that back.
Because I'm not going to be able to fire it.
Okay.
Guys, take this. Yeah. I got ammo I can toss back to y'all as well.
Okay.
But it's going to be better than a rifle.
We'll have Darren take the pump.
Okay.
Keep some range going.
Okay, that's good. So, you could try, yeah. His character with healing skill didn't quite make it, so yeah, you're gonna. Hello. $11. Okay, you're able to get her stabilized and patch up 1 wound. So she's at 3 wounds. She's going to start coming around, but yeah, she could still definitely use a professional because you only get 1 shot each to try and heal her. So, okay. So the chicken's out. Actually, this round's technically over. Throw in your cards. We still haven't hit a joker this time. So, the truck's still going over bumps and flipping around, and you come around another corner, and you see something else pass on the other side, and the top of whatever it was 8 feet off the ground again.
I'm gonna reload the 45.
Okay, so reload the 45 and the double barrel. It holds 7, but you can chamber 1, so it goes 8. I know that for a fact.
Yes, it has 5 rounds in it right now. I'll pass
You
the
can
shotgun
you
to my
can
hand.
you can load. You can go up to 7 because you can always chamber around. Okay. So and you can reload the rifle too. So okay. So now you come around the corner and standing in front of you are 2 8-foot tall, 500-pound chickens. They're blocking the road completely.
Even a speed, 1,000 pounds. Well, no.
1,000 pounds of chicken meat.
Cars are a couple tons. It's an F-150 wrap. How fast are we going?
You're going about right now you've been able to build up to about 30 miles an hour.
Everybody hits the deck on the truck bed. Fall out. How wide is the window in the back?
About this wide.
Well, I was gonna see if I don't know if we have time to have just everyone climb into the cab.
No, there's not enough space. It's only a 2-door. It's not a 4-door. Although governmental regulations are to blame for these overly huge trucks that are so tall now that children cannot be seen. Because
is this lifted?
Oh yeah.
How's the what's surrounding the road?
Trees, big trees, old trees.
So
We all hit the deck, and you ran the chickens.
hit the deck. One of my character's hindrances is overconfident. I am confident we can plow through these chickens. There's no doubt in my mind.
Have a many.
Clear-minded. We're gonna run through these chickens.
At this point, let's hit the deck. Sally. She's just dead weight. What's the more we're at the chickens?
She's actually saved. She's actually. Oh, okay.
All right. Just driving.
Yes, this is a driving, and actually make a spirit roll first, because that's gonna reflect you've got the guts to do this.
4.
Okay, that's a success. Go for your driving now. Go for driving.
7.
7. Okay, so you're playing chicken with them,
Yeah, I'm playing chicken with the chicken.
and
I'm flooring it.
yep. If my son were here, he would have already thrown down the. Did you see the size of that cock? And
I don't let giant cock intimidate me.
no, don't want that. So yeah, you throw it down. And these things. Okay, so you're going to make basically it's an attack roll. You're driving with your attack roll to hit, and you're going to hit. You're going to hit the first one because it starts charging towards you. And this chicken is charging right towards you, and you guys hit, and it's going to. I don't know if you've ever hit a deer before, but
That's why you speed up. You don't want to slow down. You want to have as much force as you can.
because those things, when you hit, it crunches, and it's going to crunch the truck. That winch is now useless, and all of you, I gotta.
Do I get any armor piercing for the winch?
Okay, a second here. Gotta switch.
These might be the brothers.
That's fully possible.
Okay. A second here. Okay.
You guys see
Okay.
my eyes?
They were in his boat.
Because you left them in the barn.
It's true. We didn't see if there were just people around. Is one of the chickens missing an eye?
Nope.
Derek, not the brothers.
Words for dinner.
Could be, but so you are. You're gonna have to roll on the out of control table because of the impact.
On the what table?
Out of control.
Okay.
Actually, no. You're. Go ahead and make one more because that was to hit, and I'll tell you how much damage you do here in a second. But go ahead and because you just did a ram. Okay, so you're going to be doing 3d6 damage to this thing.
6, 11, 16.
16. Okay. And it's going to also do 3d6 damage back at your vehicle.
3-1.
Okay. 14. It does 21 points of damage to the truck. The truck has a toughness of okay, here's the weapon vehicles. Truck has a toughness, enhanced toughness over whatever it says here. So the truck has a toughness of 20. It shakes the truck. Yes, you do need to roll on the out of control table. So go ahead and pull up your out of control table. It'll be in the vehicle chases.
You don't have it?
Chases and vehicles is the section you're going to look up in. So that's down in, yeah. 114. So yeah, out of control table is 117, I think, yes. No.
119.
119.
Okay.
So roll 2d6.
3. The vehicle takes a wound and a critical hit.
Okay, so roll 2d6 again.
4.
The engine is hit. Top speed reduced by 10%, and so the truck, you hear the engine go as you hit this chicken, and you did 16 points of damage to it. Okay, so that is toughness 11. That is definitely 4 over its toughness. So you killed it, but the other chicken launches itself at the windshield,
That's my shotgun.
and it ballistically just flies right at you.
Well, at least I have a windshield in the way.
Yep, and that was, and so very nice. I'll give a Benny for that. That was good. So it sails up and hits the windshield and does
2 points of damage.
14 points of damage to the windshield, shattering the windshield, but missing you, and it basically impales itself into the seat, and so it's trying to flutter around, and it's rocking the truck now.
Okay, put the shotgun through the back window, pull the trigger, blow it straight.
Oh, Darren has the shotgun. He's going to do that.
Okay, yeah. So Darren pulls up and boom, and roll 3d6 damage. Because this bouncy of a truck could cause problems. But we like 6s. 12? 12 points of damage. That's enough to shake it.
Yeah, I'll go and shoot it as well.
Okay, you can do a finishing move, basically. And you, boom, shoot the second one. No, this second one that's basically, if something's shaken, you can finish it off. And so, yeah, you finish it off, boom. And the chicken's now it's embedded. It's kind of flops out of the back seat and it flops and tumbles off the hood. Okay, another driving roll at a -2. As you come around the next wash. Okay.
Can I spend a penny for him?
No, he's driving. Okay, so roll out of control again. 12. What's that?
Something is jarred loose or breaks from rough handling. The vehicle suffers a critical hit. Reroll crew results.
Okay, so truck's already got a wound.
What was truck 7? The vehicle suffers a hit to the body with no special effects.
Okay, so you slam it sideways into a tree. It crunches in, and it's now got 2 wounds. But actually, wait, you got ace. You got the edge ace.
I would ignore 2 points of penalties to any boating, driving, or piloting roll. Spend pennies to soak damage for any vehicle.
So you can. I will let you roll to soak both of the wounds it's taken.
What's its vigor? Or just roll my vigor.
The vigor for the truck. Let's see here. Okay. Okay.
That's you get one of those. Yeah.
Okay, you're going to roll on its toughness, or essentially its vigor. Yeah, they'll roll forever. Is that a metal one?
It's a heavy boy.
Oh, that is a beast. That is a beast, and you can kill somebody with that.
Yes. Tis why it stays in the bag.
So, I think basketball could be made more interesting if there was one extra player on each team where they all had a bag with like 10 of these on their side. And anytime they felt that, somebody was like too far stretched up, anytime somebody was just chuck that sucker right at the ribs.
I think curling should be a full contact sport.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's more interesting.
That'd be much more interesting. Also, I don't care who thinks their ninja is whatever. Throwing stars are very, very rarely going to kill a person. I will actually stand at 20 feet apart, let somebody have throwing star, and I get a bag of these. I get to throw back.
Yeah.
They can throw their star at me.
Objects are way stronger.
They can throw their star at me. I get a bag of ball bearings about that size, and I'm going to throw them back. So we'll see who comes out on top on that one.
All right, so what am I rolling?
Okay, you're going to roll. Let's see. So you're going to. Actually, I think it's your vigor.
It is my vigor.
Yeah. And I'll let you roll against the 2 ones you got. The curse. 11?
Yeah.
Hey, that's still 2 raises.
Oh yeah.
So you got it. The truck is actually not as damaged as you thought it was, and it
I just punch the side panel, it pops out. Like we're good. Okay.
that'll buff out.
Not my truck, not my problem. This is your truck.
You left your Porsche.
I'm coming back. Well, we haven't gotten back to the park yet. This is the road to the park.
So. So you have now just encountered your first strain C chickens. And
No.
That wasn't a suggestion.
no. Okay, so you are going. So you are able to get out though of this track, and at the very end, there are 3 more strain C's, another 4 strain B's, and because you've been hearing a sound a little bit rising as you're getting closer over the top of the truck, and it was a call.
Okay.
And so there's three more between you and the gate to get out. There are three more strain C's, four strain B's, and about half a dozen strain A's.
Does anyone?
Would you say that in the back of this truck there was a canister of spare gasoline? Perhaps?
One of those canisters from the garage?
Yeah.
Okay. For a Benny, yes.
Here's a lighter.
You got lighters among you.
All right. How do we safely fry this chicken?
Safely the way?
Take the ribbon off her hat.
Yeah. Let's Molotov cocktail. What do we got to roll the Molotov cocktail gas canister?
That will be an athletics roll.
Who's got the definitely not me.
That's 4.
That's a 4. That's a success. And you now get a large burst template because it's a gallon jar of gasoline. You light her ribbon on fire because it's now soaked clean through, and it starts to flame. And you throw this sucker off. Okay, roll damage, and the damage will be
27d6. We'll be here.
2d6 over that whole large burst template. So that will hit all the small chickens and one of the big ones. And after the 2d6, you also will, you're also going to roll, or you're going to roll an extra d6 to see if they light on fire. So is that the light it on fire? Okay, it lights them on fire. So now they're all running around like chickens with their heads cut off.
Did they clear the gate?
They they're still the two big ones.
We've ran them before.
So and because it's gravel now, you can get a little more speed.
Yep.
And so
you're that baby into 4th.
And so you're going to hit. Okay, and now because of this, and I forgot to have everybody else take or see if the 2d6 damage from being in the bouncing back bed of a truck, but this time because of the damage the truck has taken, even though you've been able to soak the frame wise and the engine wise and everything, it's going to hurt the people in the back of the truck too because you're not buckled in or anything like that. So
stay strapped, boys. Everyone driving?
Yeah, driving. Yep. Oh, the 8. 14. Okay. Yeah, this time the chickens don't get to hit back. The first one doesn't get to hit back. And so the first chicken, you hit it and do 3d6 plus an extra d6 damage.
Seven, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage.
15 damage. It's enough to kill it. And now the other chicken gets to go. And it's going to attack. It gets to make a fighting roll. And it has a fighting D8. It gets a 6. It does not hit the speeding truck, except in the side. You guys all feel it as it hits the side of the truck and scoots it sideways. But then you guys all pull through and you make it to the gate. And you're able to make it to the hospital where Sally gets patched up. So in the aftermath, you are able to turn that USB drive over to you don't know if you can trust the Pine Box Police Authorities, so you mail it off actually, or you call the FBI and they send somebody around who in turn he takes the drive and in result about a dozen chief officials of Pine Box and the surrounding counties get indicted, and Grendelfaust and the government, they swoop in on this because it turns out they had been doing experimentations on making birds bigger because they were trying to solve or make a dent in world hunger.
I mean,
But
it's a smart idea to an extent, but rabid chickens are not.
But yeah, it turns out that Charlie O'Connor had actually stolen several of the fetuses because he just was so unmotivated. They'd reduced him to garbage man basically, and he had been taking out the trash but taking it home instead. So that actually ends Chickens in the Mist, and I'm glad you guys came and played it with me. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy Savage Worlds, the website, you can keep your character sheets. The website is peginc.com. If you buy any of their products there, you also get the free $10 PDF. And on top of that, keep an eye out for the announcement. It might have gone out last Tuesday. I didn't check because I was kind of busy with other things, but it is there is Halloween 3 coming up, and I will be running Chickens in the Mist again, but I'm also going to be running Moon at the Edge of Oblivion again. Also going to be running Harvey's Heroes that I'll be running later this afternoon. I'll probably take a 2-hour break and then come back and run it. And then I also will be running a game that I'm developing for Savage Worlds that is called The Dark Days of Neverland. And the basic of that one is that Captain Hook became a sorcerer to try and defeat Peter Pan, and he was usurped by someone who is now called the Lich King, or the Lich Lord. And the Lich Lord has corrupted Neverland. The Lost Boys have been turned into goblins, the Indians into werewolves, the mermaids have been let loose to be as evil as they really are, and Captain Hook and his remaining dozen pirates are begging you. They're begging you to restore Neverland.
That's fun. I like that setting.
And the great thing is if I can get this one to fly, if I can get enough sales off this one, I'll spend the time to develop it also over into Wonderland and Oz.
Oz is a fun setting too.
Oz is a dark, icky setting.
Yeah.
It's
super
if
fun
you
to
read
plan.
if you read the books, Oz is a deep, dark setting.
It's not a happy place, but it's a cool setting nonetheless.
Yes, it is. So, thank you guys, and
Thank you for running.
yeah, if you guys know anybody who has teenagers, make sure that they get a card of mine. I didn't know if I tossed those to you already, but yeah, just have them get a hold of me. I teach teens how to set up their own role-playing game clubs.
Cool.
Because I know I can't be everywhere, and my club is located in South Jordan, and we meet every Tuesday. But we do have, like I said, I have the ability to help teach the teens how to run Savage Worlds. And then I'm hoping to get to a point where I can get enough financial backing to be able to just buy them a copy, and for their club, and they can set up their clubs wherever they're at. Because that's the whole point. That's the key.
Yeah.
So where are you located then?
Over in Acro.
Okay. So you're not too much further north than me. So anyway, well, hey,
thank you again, dude.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I super appreciate it. It was good to see how the games, how the systems actually ran.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to.
There's a web comic you can check out called Up to 4 Players.
Okay.
And Up to 4 Players is they use Savage Worlds as part of the web comic.
Okay.
So yeah, well, cool. Jack, cool to meet you. And your name again was Cody. And then Thomas, right? Okay, cool. Well, hey, gentlemen, thank you. I'm Mason Emerson. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Nathan.
Richard was saying I should come introduce myself.
Yeah. Yeah. He mentioned I needed to introduce myself to you as well. So where are you out of?
Springle.
Springle, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in Dayton.
Yeah.
South Jordan here. So yeah, no, Savage Worlds is one of those that initially they were trying to keep me from running it. But then I got the special guest pass. And that's, I trump you because they only wanted to run Dungeons and Dragons. And there's things that Dungeons and Dragons can't do,
Yeah.
like what we just did.
Chickens in the Mist, chickens with machine guns.
No. This was Chickens in the Mist was a bunch of high school students going off to try and expose an illegal cockfighting ring.
Okay.
And as they're trying to expose the illegal cockfighting ring, they happen to run across the fact that the twin brother to the cockfighter, he I love that David has pumpkins.
What?
I love your David has pumpkins.
Oh, thank you.
So anyway, the twin brother was a geneticist, and as a geneticist, he'd been experimenting on poultry, and so they go up against chickens that are 3 feet tall and about 40 pounds, that are about 4 feet tall and 100 pounds.
You know, that's not even in the full realm of fantasy. Have you heard about CRISPR? And
yeah,
I mean, there are people putting bioluminescence into their dogs.
So you can go ahead and steal these character sheets.
I was just.
These ones I did on Savage.us.
Yeah. I've made a character on that.
Yeah,
just to try it out.
I have a full membership there because that's the fastest way to generate characters. I use Hero Forge to make the pictures and make the tokens, and then I put them on Savage, and I can import them into Foundry. I can print them out as PDFs. How old's your little guy? Fun.
And you can import them into Foundry.
Yeah, directly in. So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna keep. It's a good tool for me to have.
Yeah.
It's worth the subscription price.
Yeah, well, you can even have a free, you can create 5 characters.
Yeah, I can do 500. So
I don't need 500.
Well, I game master, so I do.
Yeah, so you do.
The biggest chickens they encountered are 8 feet tall and 500 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
So they kind of can mess up your day pretty bad.
Yeah. A peck would take your head off.
Yeah. And of course, the bad chicken jokes. This group was actually very sedate and tame, because usually there's cock jokes everywhere.
Yeah.
One peck from that cock and take your head off.
You could go on and on.
Oh yeah. I had one guy. This guy he's a friend of mine. He's quiet, reserved. Doesn't really. He's a pretty chill guy.
Yeah.
But when he was playing this, there were the 2 chickens walking the road. He goes, "That's a couple of cock blockers."
Nice.
So yeah, it's a funny scenario, and Savage Worlds is pretty easy to learn compared to D&D.
Yeah.
And I even gave my players these are they're called adventure cards, and it's a little more narrative control that the players have over the game.
Oh, okay.
And Savage Worlds gives the players a lot of narrative control, and it's a good give and take between the two. So.
Yeah, so I'm here hoping I can get some people to play that a little.
So.
This is down. It's a strategy game. A lot of few cool features. So initiative changes up everything. Multiple effects there's multiple effects that affect recruiting or movement, whatever, that occur randomly. Each player has a piece of art that they can use to shift things a little bit. And it's pretty basic. You've got 2 stacks armies going up against each other. You've got a die for each army in your stack. If they roll 4 higher, then it's constantly everything. So it's pretty straightforward. It has 3 phases. It's got the organization phase. They're spread out in sections. And then it gets into the control. If you lose your captaincy, it gets sacked and you're out of the system. So it's pretty quick and it's a lot of fun. And I've also got my modulus RPG system, which I always get into that you get so much more different classes of RPGs. That's probably why you play Savage Worlds. And I've also hated the fact that if it still isn't written out in a paragraph, you can't come up with something right.
Have you seen Savage Worlds? Have you seen the
haven't.
book?
I've heard a little bit about it.
This is the deluxe edition book. This is the normal book is $40, and it doesn't have bookmarks, and it's not bound in pleather, and it doesn't have brass corners. This is the $100 version, and this one's also signed by the creator and his chief staff. But anyway, so you're talking powers here. Powers in this are all based on trappings.
Okay.
So what it looks like is up to you when you create your character. But your arcane background also helps determine that. So you can be gifted and have like one power, or you can have magic.
Yeah.
You can be a religious person and have miracles. You can be psionic. You can have weird science. There's a whole separate book for the superheroes. But let's take a spell here, or a power here, Bolt. Bolt in, let's say, Dungeons and Dragons. Ice Bolt, Fire Bolt, Lightning Bolt, all take up a section about that big each. But mechanically, they're the exact same spell.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I broke mine down so that each power, or what I call them feats.
Oh, okay. I gotta end this.
Maybe my phone.
Okay, I gotta end my stream here. Gonna end this now. So sorry, guys, I left it running, but it was fun.
You left the live stream going.
Yeah. So I